is Kayla Rail. She is out of Dillsboro, Indiana, driving the RGE Wholesale Fertilizer, J&D Chevrolet. Next Gen Builders, heavy duty truck and transmission, Davis Brothers, Southern Insurance, number 5. Rolling behind her, that's going to be Hunter Maddox out of Bedford, Indiana. The Auto Credit, Airmaster Heating and Air, Tommy D's Windows, Doors, and more. Megacorp Logistics, Cummins Power DRC Chassis, number 24M. Jaden Rogers making his way into turns 3 and 4 right now. Driving the Lifestyle Homes, Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Griffiths Propane Pro Source, Parallax Motorsports, Midwest Dyno Services, Evan Jackson Power, and Max number 17 GP. Jake Simmons, his second start of the season at a New Palestine, Indiana, driving the DRC Simmons, number 7S. Making his way into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Maddox out of Terre Haute, Indiana, driving the Maddox Heating and Cooling, Pro Source, Newman Motorsports, Gressman DRC Chassis, number 28. Driving the number 15 out of Greenfield, Indiana, the Altos Power Equipment, Valvoline, Horbeck Concrete, Highsmith Guns, BGE Darty Motorsports, One Way DRC number 15X. That is CJ Leary. CJ Leary in the 15. Started his week off with a 5th place finish out at Terre Haute at the Action Track during the Tony Holman Classic. A little bit of a rough night last night, ended up 19th. And something a little wonky. Looks like the wheel cover about haphazardly attached on that number 41. That's Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California. Driving the Morris Farms, D Transport, J&M Racing with CFL Transportation entry. Bringing the 360 car down last night and wanting to kind of save the 410 and that equipment. So testing out that 41 last night. It paid off for him. The lack of horsepower and a slick racetrack. Finished inside of the top 10 with a 360 cubic inch power plant. So we're going to try to clear him from the exit of the speedway. A little bit slick, so it makes it a little bit tough with the car designed to turn left to suddenly make that right. And they've got them cleared now as they will roll around, get a little bit more heat beneath the bonnets of these machines. Caution light's about to go dark, and they'll start to wind them up here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Dirt Draft Hot Laps last night. Shane Connell was quickest at a 12.551 in hot laps last night. CJ Leary was second quick. Robert Blue was third. Brady Bacon, the Kevin Thomas Jr. Fast forward into your Honest State Roofing qualifying, and Robert Blue picking up his 12th career quick qualifying time at a 12.679 second lap. Again, 35 drivers in the field, losing one but gaining one. Steve and Vibent, unfortunately, not returning for tonight's program, but Kyle Johnson at Greencastle, Indiana, making his way out to join the racing program this evening. Time starting to come in. Jaden Rogers thus far quickest at a 14.792. Track just a tick more juiced up here tonight. We've got a little bit more cloud cover and a lot less wind. So that has definitely been a help for track crews getting this oval in shape and ready to go. Got Nick tuned into the broadcast. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Tweet your flow seat. Tag at FloRacing and at USAC Nation. Let us know where you are checking out tonight's racing program from, whether you're in the stands or watching online. And, of course, when you can't be there live, the official online broadcast provider of the United States Auto Club for all 3 of its national divisions is FloRacing. Since 2019, when they ask, is it on Flow? The answer, yes. So we'll let the drivers roll around just a little bit here and roll the track in just a tick more before we set them loose again. 14.792 thus far, the quickest time here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session at number 1. Ricky Lewis back on track at Oxnard, California. That physical medicine consultant, Stensland Power DRC chassis, number 41. Field back to green. And Brady Bacon picking up the win last night here. Goes along with a third place finish to start his week at Terre Haute. And Bacon atop of the speed charts right now with a 13.144. Rogers was up there a little bit earlier. As the track continuing to pick up speed here, CJ Leary coming around second quick at a 13.497. Bacon at a 12.978. Still a little over a second off of the track record. Mitchell Moles setting that in 2022, an 11.819 second lap, 76.149 miles per hour average. So drivers again making their way back to the pit area. Again, Bacon quickest at a 12.963 in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Group number 1. Dirt Draft Hot Lap Group number 2 will make its way out to the speedway. So whether you're just joining us in the stands or joining us online, again, 35 drivers on hand here tonight. Only one different on the field. Saban Bybend, unfortunately, not able to make it back to action, but Kyle Johnson at a Greencastle in the 99. Making his way out to the speedway here tonight. So as Drake and Christie alluded to earlier, we'll go from Dirt Draft Hot Laps into Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. We'll have our USAC D2 Midwest Thunder Midgets come out. They will have their hot lap session. Then we will go into opening ceremonies, come back with heat races. For the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship, midgets will follow, I believe, 2 of the midget heat races here tonight, and 17 entries, I believe. Taking a look at the 33M of Matt Westfall out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. The Ray Marshall Motorsports, Buckeye Machine Fabricators, Gressman DRC Chassis, All-Star Performance number 33M. Making his way around to the front straightaway. Driver in behind him, that is Matt Goodnight. He's out of Winchester, Indiana, driving the Lumber and Things. Claxton Power, DRC Chassis, Pala Builders, Square E Farms, number 39. Young driver out of Goodyear, Arizona, the MP Environmental. 6X Management Group, one-way performance powered. Triple X Chassis, Woodland Auto Display number 73. That is Logan Calderwood. Logan Calderwood in the 73. Driver that rolled past him, that was a 3R, Kevin Thomas Jr. He's out of Coleman, Alabama originally. The Inferno Armor Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Center, and Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Rocksteady Racing, number 3R. 4th at Terre Haute to start the week. Chomping at the bit for a victory last night, ended up on the podium. In fact, he was in the Okie Sandwich. Another driver coming to us out of Arizona. He's out of Buckeye, Arizona. The MP Environmental Black Magic Bead Breaker, Gressman Power, Triple X, Chuck D's Wieners, Factory Can number 47. That is Charles Davis Jr. Charles Davis in the 47. Good run going last night until the tractor tire intervened. At Kansas, Illinois, the Epperson Painting, Claxon DRC, PPG M2 bearings, number 2E. That is Shane Cottle. Shane Cottle in the 2. Justin Grant out of Ione, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Bow Foundation, MPV Express, Top Industries, Pro Source Indy Custom Stone, Kistler Maxon, number 4. Onto the Speedway. Couple of changes coming into tonight for that team. Made it to qualifying, but didn't make it through turns 1 and 2. The cushion getting up and fighting Frankie Guarini. Took the car back to the shop, and they said the worst of the damage is it did bend the snout of the front end, so they were able to get that swapped out. And back in contention here tonight, the driver to San Rafael, California, driver the Z-Max, DRC, F&F Racing, number 63. Track continuing to pick up speed here. Shane Connell right now quickest at a 12.740. Justin Grant at a 12.743. $12.702, so a little bit quicker. Shane Connell, 12.526. So Connell now quickest overall at a 12.526. Justin Grant at a 12.702. Matt Westfall at a 12.777. Frankie Guarini at a 12.914. And Kevin Thomas Jr. 12.918 seconds. Your 5 quickest drivers out of 2 flights of your Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Session number 3 beginning to make its way out to the racing surface. They are tuning in from everywhere. Checking in Muskogee, Keeley. Checking in on the racing action here tonight. So taking the drivers a little more around the entire racetrack here as we roll into Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3. Colin Grissom out of Anderson, Indiana, driver of the Purdue Farms, Claxon DRC Chassis, Vern's Concrete, Day Transportation, Tim's Heating and Cooling. 00 sitting on the back straightaway. The 9Z sitting behind him, that is Zach Pretorius. He's out of Yorktown, Indiana, driver of the Oak Motors, Pizza King, Claxon DRC Chassis. Hoosier Routes, FK Shocks, number 9Z. Crews will begin to clear as we look down the line at the Baldwin, Fox Racing, Kane Automotive, Fox Paving, Boer Farms, Duck Investments. Number 5, driver out of Arlington, Texas. That is Anton Hernandez. Anton Hernandez in the 5. Sitting behind him, that is the Honest Abe Roofing, Bennick Enterprises, Claxton DRC Chassis. Number 2B of Jake Swanson. He's out of Anaheim, California. Again, Swanson in the 2. One of the few times this season he's not finished inside the top 10. Last night, Logan Seavey going to get wound up and get after it here tonight. In the Abacus Racing, Indy Custom Stones, Stanton Racing Engine, DRC Chassis, Fatheads, Rockwell Security, MPV Express, High Performance Lubricants, number 57. Seavey 13 times on track this season, 4 wins, 10 podiums, all translating into top 5s with 11 top 10 finishes. Checking out the 21 AZ, rolling on the back straightaway. Drivers out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Apache Transport, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, Auto Strap Chalk, one-way DRC Chassis. Western Diversify, number 21, that is Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 21. 7 wins on the season, micros, then midgets. His last victory out of Belleville. Carson Garrett on track at Littleton, Colorado. Driver the Altos Power Equipment, one-way DRC Chassis, Lugs Lawn Care, K&K Excavating. BGE Darty Motorsports number 15. Another driver getting upside down last night. Crew able to make repairs. Just about had her put back together for the heat race. Coming up just shy of it, though, Rylan Gray, as they got that car back to the shop, and the left front shock mount had been ripped off of the car. They had it welded up, but as they said, it was welded up just good enough to make it to the next crash. So they went ahead, Ty Mahako and company, putting the bead to it here, and the Gray Auto. Lucky 7 Technologies, DRC Chassis, Indy Race Parts, Sharp Advantage 06. Now back at speed. So Cottle quickest coming into this group at a 12.526. Again, Dirt Draft Hot Laps on track if you're just joining us here on the broadcast. Jake Swanson in 2. Coming up at turn number 4. Currently 9th quick overall, Logan Seavey going top time here at a 12.447, 1.2447 seconds for the Abacus Racing Rockwell Security, number 57. Shane Cottle back to second quick at a 12.526. Carson Garrett third quick right now at a 12.667. Zach Pretorius is fourth quick at a 12.670. Justin Grant at a 12.702. Your 5 quickest drivers so far, as we'll have one final flight of your Dirt Draft Hot Laps coming up here in just a moment. One will egress, the next will ingress here. So cars parading around here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Group number 4. Brent Beauchamp out of Fairland, Indiana, driving the day-by-day plumbing and pressure washing. Ryder Spike Chassis, CSI Will Woodwicks Filters. Lauren Beauchamp owned number 11. Staging onto the back straightaway. Out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, the JPA Masonry Newman's Triple X Chassis, Stinger Race Fuels. Number 88J, Joey Amantia. Amantia in the 88. And look at Harley Burns out of Brazil, Indiana, driving the Youngbloods Farms, D&J Performance, DRC Chassis, Timberland Lumber Company, and Jason Kiefer Racing, number 16. 2023 Bloomington Speedway Track Champion. A couple of wins already this season down at the quarter mile. Mitchell Moles out of Raisin City, California, the AME Electrical, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Walker Filtration, Smith Titanium, Any Race Parts, number 19, AZ. Driving the Reinbold Underwood Motorsports entry. He will get the push down the back straightway. Driver rolling behind him. Mentioned he took the Tony Hawk line off of turn number 2. Unfortunately, took him out of contention in the Avanti window and door. Premier Recycling, Apache Transport number 3P. That is Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana. Last night's quick qualifier, he's out of Rockland, California, driving the Suburban Subaru, Beck's Western Telecom, Hinchman Indy, Dragonfly Aviation, Amy Gardner Roofing, Factory Kane, number 12, that is the Madman, Robert Ballou. Robert Ballou in the Suburban Subaru entry here on the front straightaway. Rolling behind him, that's Chase Stocking out of Fort Branch, Indiana, driving the Bandit Ag, Fisher, DRC Chassis, Davis Brothers, Superior Tank and Trailer, Amsoil, DeWitt meets number 5S. Again, Stocking in 5. 7 the Terre Haute to start his week off. And the father-son team in action here tonight. Chance Crum out of Snohomish, Washington, driving the Routine Racing, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Scott Baylor Power Triple X Chassis, number 26. And Routine still coming on and helping him out, but it is actually Chance and his father fielding that car this season. Gabriel Gilbert out of Greenwood, Indiana, the Chevrolet-powered Hawk Chassis, number 10G. One of the local stars at speed here tonight as we go to green. And Logan Seavey so far quickest out of 3 flights at a 12.447. Let's see if anybody has any more here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Group number 4. And 35 drivers on hand here for night number 2 of the Circle City Salute. Robert Ballou with the dub wound up here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Now checking out the 19 AZ. Messina Valley Transportation AMA Electrical entry. As Ballou, third quick right now. Quickest among drivers on track at a 12.615. So Logan Seavey going to hold on for the quickest lap time overall in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at a 12.447. Ballou quickest among drivers on track. Third quick at a 12.615. Driver between them was Shane Connell at a 12.526. Kyle Cummins at a 12.619. And Carson Garrett's a fifth quick at a 12.667. So we'll add a few lines to the walls here over in both ends of the racetrack. Honda State Roofing qualifying. Coming up next. Don't forget the USAC merchandise trailer is fully stocked with official gear for the 2024 season with t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and all the race day must-haves. Make sure to follow USAC Gear on Facebook for all the new merch and special offers posted all season long. While you're down there, you can find each USAC driver's name, hometown sponsor, chassis, and engine info by purchasing a driver roster. They're available for only $1. Again, that is down at the USAC merchandise trailer. While you're down there, make sure you sign up for your chance at the AMSOIL Inside the Oval. You and a guest get a chance to go down to the infield. You get a ride in the pace truck, and you'll even get a prize pack. Again, that is available for a limited time. Once we get through heats, we will draw for that. So make sure to make your way down to the merchandise trailer and sign up for tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval. Stop by the NOS Energy Drink Pod and get the new NOS Zero Sugar, 100% NOS Zero Sugar. You can also find a retailer near you at drinknos.com.
Getting ready for some hot laps for the Speed 2 midgets. Christian Dunn ready to take over the hollering at you. Sam Biden, never mind. Oh, wrong schedule.
So here we go. Honda State Roofing qualifying out to the Speedway. Driver out of Dillsboro, Indiana. She pilots the Pull General Construction Contractors, Next Generation Builders, Heavy Duty Truck and Transmission, Davis Brothers, Southern Insurance, KO Motorsports Super 5K. This is Kayla Rell. Kayla Rell in the 5. A lot of experience on this track with the D2 Thunder Midget Series, which is in action here tonight. She will come around on lap number 1 with a time of 13.247 seconds, 13.247. The 2023 MSCS champion. Going to work off of turn number 4. Does she improve on lap number 2? She does. 12.889, 12889 seconds for Kayla Rell. Second driver to take time at a Greenfield, Indiana. Driver of the Altos Power Equipment, Valvoline, Hornbeck Concrete, one-way DRC chassis, Highsmith Guns, BGE Darty Motorsports Super 15X. This is CJ Leary. CJ Leary in the 15. 3 wins on the season, most recently at Browntown. Fifth at Terre Haute last night with a 19th place finish. 1 year ago, finished 9th from 17th on night number 2 here at the Circle City Salute. Lap number 1, quick time at a 12.459, 124.59 seconds for CJ Leary. He will set the mark as the 2023 Kokomo Speedway champion, working around to the front straightaway. Better, 12.371, 123.71 seconds the time for CJ Leary. Catch the throttle of the back straightaway. Jake Simmons out of New Palestine, Indiana. Driver of the DRC Simmons, number 7S. Previous visit on May 3rd here to Circle City with a 4th place finish. Ended up in the Elias Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature last night. Brings her around on lap number 1. We'll see where he stops the clock. It is a 14.226, 142.26 seconds for Simmons. Making his second start of the season with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Works off of turn number 4. And a little bit better, 13.690, 136.90 seconds for the 7S. And slowly rolling away there. He's going to find the throttle into turns 1 and 2. Out of Bedford, Indiana, driving the Auto Credit, Airmaster Heating and AC, Tommy D's Windows, Doors, and more. Tom's Marine Sales, DQ Tuned, Megacorp Logistics, Cummins Power, DRC Chassis number 24M. This is Hunter Maddox in the 24M. Head gasket at Terre Haute sidelined him last night. Made the feature, ended up with a 13th place finish. See how the conveyor belt salesman fares on lap number 1. He'll be second quick at a 12.698, 126.98 seconds. Ooh, look out off of turn number 2. Just about found out where the concrete begins. Woed her up. Lap number 1's got to be the one that counts for him, though. Lap number 2 is going to be a 14.031. Good save. And second quick with his opening lap at a 12.698. From one Maddox to another, from D's to T's, Brandon Maddox on track of the Maddox Heating and Cooling, Gressman DRC Chassis Pro Source, and Newman Motorsports, number 28. Start of the week, 5th in the semi-feature at Terre Haute. Coming into this week, was up at Lincoln Park on May 18th with a 7th place finish in the feature event. Lap number 1 going to be third quick for the driver, the number 28 at a 12.802, 128.02 seconds for the Newman Motorsports Pro Source. Gressman Power number 28. Hammers down up a turn number 4. A little bit slower, 12.944. Lap number 1, 12.802 will be his best attempt. Sixth driver to take time out of Worthington, Indiana. We find the Lifestyle Homes, Griffin's Propane Pro Source, Parallax Motorsports, Midwest Dyno Services, Momentum Racing Suspension, Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Evan Jackson Power, and Max number 17 GP. This is Jaden Rogers in the 17. 13 main event starts, 2 top 5s, and 6 top 10 finishes so far this season. For the driver, the number 17 comes around lap number 1, third quick at a 12.745. He was 17th at Terre Haute last night, was 7th. Improvement by over 10 positions from 1 year ago. Night number 2 in 2023, he was 17th. As second lap time going to be a little bit slower at a 12.765, 12.745. Lap number 1, third quick for Jaden Rogers. Bringing the 360 to play here, Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, driving the physical medicine consultant, Stenza Power, DRC Chassis, Morris Farms, J&M Racing with CFLA Transportation, number 41. Despite the disadvantage of horsepower, an 8th place finish last night for the driver, the number 41, trying to save their 410 equipment here. So bringing the 360 out to play. Lap number 1 is 6 quick at a 13.012, 130.12 seconds. For the California driver, bringing 4 wins into the weekend on the season. Lap number 2 better, 5th quick at a 12.804, 128.04 seconds for Ricky Lewis. Last night's feature winner on track at a Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Driving the Telstar Technologies, Davis Brothers, Fatheads, Hobson Family, Rider Triple X number 69. Hits the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon in the 69. The Dynamics Incorporated entry coming around to start the clock. 2 wins on the season. Tri-State with the World of Outlaws last night right here at Circle City. Third to start his week off at Terre Haute 1 year ago on night number 2 here at Circle City. He pulled off a podium finish. Lap number 1 going to be a 12.397. It's second quick for Brady Bacon. 49 times in his career he has been the quick qualifier with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. Comes around lap number 2. A little bit slower, 12.407. Lap number 1, a 12.397. Second quick for Brady Bacon. Driver at Coleman, Alabama, we find the Inferno Armor, Lynch Machining, Satin-powered Mach 1 chassis, Creative Finish Powder Coatings, Rock City Racing, Lucas Oil Center, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, number 3R. This is Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr. in the 3R. 3 wins on the season, most recently out of Tri-State on May 11. Terre Haute, he was 4th. Last night, he was 2nd. Comes around lap number 1, third quick at a 12.518, 125.18 seconds for the driver with 41 career USAC National Sprint Car victories to his credit. Holds the record for the most quick times in one season at 15. A little bit better. Lap number 2 at a 12.518 still. Third quick for Kevin Thomas Jr. Matt Westfall at Pleasant Hill, Ohio. The Ray Marshall Motorsports, Buckeye Machine Fabricators, Gressman DRC Chassis, Hippie Water Wicks Filters, All-Star Performance. Number 33M. Improving his position by 2 last night over Terre Haute. He was 12th to open the week. He was 10th last night. 1 year ago, finished 5th. And the finale here at the Circle City Salute. Comes around to lap number 1, 6 quick at a 12.788, 127.88 seconds. The driver with 13 A-feature starts this season, 1 top 5 and 4 top 10 finishes. Comes around lap number 2, Westfall, 12.936. Had to take a little detour down through the infield there. The man they call the throttle, Shane Cottle, hopping her down the back straightaway into Kansas, Illinois. The Epperson Pending Incorporated Claxon DRC chassis, PPG M2 bearings, number 2E. 11 driver to take time here. 10th at Terre Haute, 18th last night, has 6 career USAC victories, 8 times in his career. He has been the quick qualifier. 10th quick in lap number 1 at a 12.981, 129.81 seconds for the Epperson Painting Incorporated, number 2E. Brings her low, swings her wide up at turn number 4. 4th quick for Cottle, 12.552, 125.52 seconds for Shane Cottle. Off to a better start already. Frankie Guarini out of San Rafael, California, driver of the Z-Max Western Speed Racing F23 Performance Engine DRC chassis, FK Indy number 63. Last night, banked her off of the cushion, found the wall. Took it back to the shop, and they said really the worst part about it was it bent the snout on the rear end. Otherwise, everything pretty much coming back together on it. 12.984, 11th quick on lap number 1 for Guarini. Seeing if he can pick up some time here on lap number 2. Throttles down to the front straightaway. Better on time, not position. 11th quick, that is a 12.984. Driver out of Ione, California on track. Driver of the NOS Energy Drink, Bow Foundation, MPV Express, Top Industries, Pro Source, Indy Custom Stone, Kissler Powered Max at number 4. This is Justin Grant. Justin Grant in the 4. 4 wins on the season. Most recently, that was May 4th at Eldora during Let's Race 2. Comes around on lap number 1, 12th quick at a 13.006, just shy of a James Bond moment out there. He was 15th at Terre Haute after spinning. Into 15th last night as well. Trying to get that moneymaker shaken here. He's going to go 5th quick on lap number 2 at a 12.629, 126.29 seconds. All the way from Buckeye, Arizona, the MP Environmental Black Magic Bead Breaker, Gressman Power, Triple X Chassis, AME Electrical, FK Indy Spider Crane. Number 47, this is Charles Davis Jr. Charles Davis Jr. in the 47. 21st last night here at Circle City, start of the week. 18th at Terre Haute, comes around lap number 1 with a 12.959, 129.59 seconds for the driver who went to victory lane at Kokomo Speedway earlier this year. Comes around lap number 2. Does he improve? 12.904, 129.04 seconds for Charles Davis. Taking time now, that's going to be Matt Goodnight at Winchester, Indiana, driver of the Lumber and Things, Pallet Builders, Claxon DRC Chassis, Square E Farms, number 39. 21st at Terre Haute, 20th last night. Comes around line number 1 with a 13.190, 131.90 seconds for Matt Goodnight on his opening lap. Little haze off of the tire off of turn number 4. 14th quick, 13.068 on lap number 2. A little bit better for Matt Goodnight. Another driver coming to us out of Arizona. Hailing at a good year. Driver of the MP Environmental 6X Management Group. JFM Shurkan, JST Shock Technology, Triple X One-Way Performance number 73. This is Logan Calderwood. Logan Calderwood in the 73. Second start of the season with the USAC National Sprint Car Series. Comes around lap number 1, 15th quick at a 13.113, 13.113 seconds. Been playing around in the Midwest a little bit. Last time on the track before this week, he was at Paragon. Had an 8th place finish in the feature event. That was on May 18th. Comes around lap number 2. And a little bit slower, 13.238. Joining the party tonight out of Greencastle, Indiana. The Jack's Trash, Witt's Lawn Care, Vogel Realty, Chevrolet DRC Chassis, Mike Johnson on number 99J. This is Kyle Johnson. Kyle Johnson in the 99J. John Stambro popping the engine in that car last night. Ooh, into the wall over in turns 1 and 2. Keeps it rolling, though. (13.306). Lap number 1 is best time, 16 quick for Kyle Johnson. Easy around the bottom of the speedway goes the 00. Colin Grissom out of Anderson, Indiana, driver of the Purdue Farms, Day Transportation, Claxton DRC Chassis, Burns Concrete, Tim's Heating and Cooling, 00. Rolling around on lap number 1, it is a 12.897, 12th quick for Grissom. Lincoln Park leading into the weekend on May 11th was his last time on track before joining us here at Circle City. Was 13th in the feature event. Comes around lap number 2 a little bit slower, 12.916, a 12.897 on lap number 1. Zach Pretorius on track. Driver coming to you out of Yorktown, Indiana. The Oak Motors, Pizza King, Claxton DRC Chassis, Harley Davidson of Indianapolis, FK Shocks, number 9Z. One feature start on the season. Eldora finished 23rd for the 9-time karting champion. Goes around lap number 1. It will be 17th quick at a 13.122, 13.122 seconds for Zach Pretorius. The Oak Motors entry working top side, turn 3, sails it off at turn number 4. And better, 12.950, 14th quick for Pretorius. Out of Littleton, Colorado, we find the Altos Power Equipment, One Way Technology, DRC Chassis, Hornbeck Concrete, Lugs Lawn Care, K&K Excavating, BGE Darty Motorsports number 15. This is Carson Garrett. Carson Garrett in the 15. 24th at Terre Haute after suffering a brake issue last night with a 12th place finish. 1 year ago, finished 19th here at Circle City. Graduate of the Rocky Mountain Midget Racing Association. Line number 1, a 12.660, quick for Carson Garrett. 13 feature starts, 1 top 5, 4 top 10 finishes so far this season. We work into the 14th round of the 2024 run. 4th quick at a 12.530, 12530. Second lap just a little bit quicker for Garrett. Looking for a better night here tonight. One of the drivers that got upside down in qualifying at a Greenfield, Indiana, drove the Gray Auto, Lucky 7 Technologies, MPI, Bennett Enterprises, Sharp Advantage, Indy Race Parts, Gray Brothers 06. This is Rylan Gray. Rylan Gray in the 06. 1 year ago, finished 15th in the feature event. A little too much damage to continue on last night, so they called it early so they could better weld and repair the car. Lap number 1 was a 13.110. Nearly loses the handle over in turns 3 and 4. Comes around lap number 2. That's going to be a 13.752. So 13.101. 18th quick for Rylan Gray. Jake Swanson at speed out of Anaheim, California. The Honest Abe Roofing, Bennett Enterprises, Claxton DRC Chassis number 2B. Second place finish to start the week at Terre Haute. 16th last night. 1 year ago, finished second here at Circle City. Won the opening night of the 2023 affair. Problems last night, though. 16th quick on lap number 1 at a 12.976, 129.76 seconds for Swanson. Lone victory on the season coming at Lawrenceburg. That was on April 27th. Going to charge off at turn number 4. Does he improve on lap number 2? He does. 12th quick at a 12.806, 128.06 seconds. And car taking just a bit to fire here. 23rd on track Out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Apache Transport, one-way DRC chassis, Oak Craft Elegant Cabinetry, Auto Strap Chalk Hams, Oil Beaver Stripes, Western Diversified, Durabil Performance, Team Arizona Racing number 21AZ. This is Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 21, going to fly the front end just a little bit onto the back straightaway. 7 wins so far this season, midgets and micros. Third last night here at Circle City. Completes lap number 1, 8th quick at a 12.708, 1:27.08 seconds. 1 year ago, night number 2 was a 6th place finish. As he will bring her off at turn number 4. Does he improve in lap number 2? He does not. 12.754, a 12.708 on lap number 1. 8th quick right now for Dason Pursley. Lee Dacus out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The Dacus Open Wheel Motorsport J&D Chevrolet DRC chassis number 21X. At speed, night ending in the semi-feature last night. Joined us on track at Bloomington earlier this year. Find him racing primarily up at Lincoln Park. Had a 16th place finish on May 4th, 13.314. 23rd quick for Dacus on lap number 1. Looking for some speed here on lap number 2. Gonna bring her around to the front straightaway, and it will be a 13.230. 22nd quick, a little bit better on lap number 2. Driver who is pretty quick in hot laps. We'll see if it translates to qualifying. Out of Sutter, California, the Abacus Racing Indy Custom Stone Stanton DRC chassis. Dozers, Nuts and Bolts, CGCPAs, Vorcheck Marketing, Fatheads. Rockwell Security number 57. This is Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey in the 57. Picked up the win at Terre Haute. To start off the week, comes around lap number 1, 6 quick at a 12.609, 1:26.09 seconds. 11th last night, finished 11th 1 year ago here at Circle City on night number 2. Comes around 5th quick, better lap number 2 at a 12.546, 1:25.46 seconds. Anton Hernandez on track now out of Arlington, Texas. The Baldwin Fox Racing, Kane Automotive, Fox Paving, Boer Farms, DRC chassis number 5. '11th quick for Anton Hernandez. Lap number 1 was a 13.014, 12.783 on lap number 2 for Anton. Last night's quick qualifier on track at Rockland, California. Drove the Suburban Subaru, Deaton's Waterfront Services, Burke's Western Telecom, Hinchman Indy, Dragonfly Aviation number 12. This is the Madman, Robert Ballou. Robert Ballou in the 12. 4th place last night for Ballou. Comes around lap number 1, 19th quick at a 12.920, 1:29.20 seconds with the driver with 4 top 5s and 6 top 10 finishes to go along with 1 win so far this season in USAC National Sprint Car Competition. Lap number 2, 10th quick at a 12.743, 1:27.43 seconds. 10th quick for Robert Ballou. Gabriel Gilbert on track now. He's out of Greenwood, Indiana, driving the Hawk chassis, Chevrolet number 10G. Hooks her right and picks her left into turn number 3. Comes around lap number 1. Will be a 13.263. 1:32.63 seconds for the driver. The number 10 puts in 26 quick right now. Going to sail her off into turns 3 and 4. Looking for some speed around to the front straightaway. Finds it 21st quick at a 12.965. 1:29.65 seconds for Gilbert. Out of Princeton, Indiana, the Avanti Window and Doors, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Petty Performance Racing number 3P. This is Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins in the 3P. Victory at Lincoln Park as he flies the front end of the back straightaway. That was on April 27th. 14th at Terre Haute, 22nd last night. 1 year ago, stood in victory lane here at Circle City. Comes around to line number 1, 7th quick at a 12.575. An enchanting time at a 12.575. 2 career Circle City wins back-to-back. Of course, last year, and they came back in July. Lap number 2, a little bit slower, 12.780, 12.575. Lap number 1, 7th quick for Kyle Cummins. And problems for Burns. As she started to take off, but then nothing. So the Brazilian Indiana driver down into the infield. We will try to get him into the Indy Medal finishing work area. So far, everybody chasing C.J. Leary at a 12.371. Brady Bacon at a 12.397. Second quick. Kevin Thomas Jr. at a 12.518. Carson Garrett at a 12.530. Logan Seavey currently 5th quick at a 12.546. Shane Cottle 6th quick at a 12.552. Kyle Cummins at a 12.575. Justin Grant 12.629. Hunter Maddox at a 12.698. And Dason Persley currently 10th quick at a 12.708. So getting Burns cleared from the racetrack. And we'll continue on track. Brent Beauchamp out of Fairland, Indiana. Driving the day-by-day plumbing and pressure washing. CSI Willwood Wicks Filters Ryder Spike Chassis number 11. Comes around to trip the clock in the number 11 machine. 8 starts, 3 appearances so far here at Circle City. Finished 15th last year. It's during Speed Week, 12th in the fall event with a 13.254 on lap number 1. That's 28th quick for Brent Beauchamp. 3 times a quick qualifier. His lone national victory coming at Bloomington in 2016. Lap number 2 is a 12.955, 22nd quick for Beauchamp. Chase Stockin on track out of Fort Branch, Indiana. Driving the Bandit Ag. Davis Brothers, Superior Truck and Trailer, Amsoil, DeWitt Meats, Fisher, DRC Chassis. KO Motorsports number 5S. 5th last night here at Circle City 1 year ago with a 7th place finish. And night number 2 with the Circle City Salute. Started the week off with a 7th place finish down at Terre Haute. Line number 1 is 21st quick at a 12.926. 129 at 26 seconds. Stockin with 2 podium finishes so far this season, 3 top 5s and 6 top 10 finishes. Comes around a little bit slower. Lap number 2 to 13.075. Lap number 1, 13.926. 21st quick for Stockin. Addison Homish, Washington, the Scott Baylor Power Triple X Chassis, Verdine Racing, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cards, number 26. This is Chance Crum. Chance Crum in the 26. Last night with a 9th place finish. Best run so far in 2024. Second event on track here with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. 13.547, 31st quick for Chance Crum on the opening lap. Comes around lap at number 2, trying to improve. 13.116, a little bit better. 29th quick for Chance Crum. He is the current track record holder here at Circle City. In the AMA Electrical, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Walker Filtration, Stanton Spike Chassis, Indy Race Parts, Mid-Titanium, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, number 19 AZ. This is Mitchell Moles. Mitchell Moles in the 19. 6th place finish last night, matching his performance from 1 year ago on night number 1. Night number 2 finished 10th 1 year ago. 13.111, 13111 seconds for Mitchell Moles. 28th quick right now in the Mesilla Valley Transportation entry. 3 career USAC National Feature wins. Started the week with a 9th place finish out at Terre Haute. Comes around lap number 2, 9th quick, better, 12.685, 126.85 seconds for Mitchell Moles. Set to be the last driver to qualify out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, the JP Masonry Newman Triple X chassis number 88J. This is Joey Amantia. Joey Amantia in the 88J. 14th in last night's feature event. He was a hard charger at Terre Haute. A spin on lap number 1 was able to fight back to an 11th place finish. '30th quick on lap number 1 with a 13.113. Lap number 2, better, 26th quick at a 12.967. As that will wrap up your Honest Abe Roofing qualifying here tonight at the Circle City Salute. Driver who was 5th quick tonight was Logan Seavey. 4th was Carson Garrett. 3rd was Kevin Thomas. 2nd was Brady Bacon. And tonight's quick qualifier comes to you out of Greenfield, Indiana. Driver the Altos Power Equipment One-Way Technology, DRC Chassis, Hornbeck Concrete, Valvoline, Highsmith Guns, BGE Darty Motorsports, number 15X race fans. Give him a hand, C.J. Leary. Leary picking up the quick qualifying time. It is his 49th in his career. Brady Bacon 2nd quick. Kevin Thomas Jr. 3rd quick. Carson Garrett 4th. Logan Seavey 5th. Shane Cottle 6th. Kyle Cummins 7th. Justin Grant 8th. Mitchell Moles 9th. And Hunter Maddox, your top 10 qualifiers in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying here tonight. As he's going to make his way down to the infield, we're going to send things down to Christy.
Thank you, Brian. It's his 49th career Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifying Award, which puts you at tied with Brady Bacon for 4th on the all-time list, climbing that ladder every single day. Last night, you were one of the last cars out on the racetrack to really test the top side, and then it seemed like everybody went to the bottom after that, and that's where the speed was. You got a much better look at it tonight. What are some of the contributing factors that were better for you this time around?
I learned what not to do last night, actually. Honestly, I was worried that drawing that early of a pill that it was going to be too greasy to run around the bottom, and I kind of was set up to run the top, and I watched that last session, and the times really didn't pick up, so I figured I would test the waters out there in the middle on our warm-up lap, and it felt good, so I just went for it. Early pill definitely was good. Honestly, obviously the track didn't pick up any speed, and to be tied with Brady for 49 quick times, that's pretty special. He's in his prime, I'm in my prime, but it's something that you got to be really good at in USAC racing if you want to win championships and win races. You can't qualify 15th and expect to win very many races or pick up any extra points. So can't thank Brock and Doug and all the BG guys, my dad, Zach, Amos, Fred, Kyle, for driving the rig here since I was at Anderson this morning, qualifying for Little 500. So just been a busy week, and hopefully we can be better than we were last night. We had some wheel malfunctions in the feature, and really just kind of dug the dagger in.
It seems like the racetrack tonight has quite a bit more moisture in it at this point than it did last night during the same kind of time of the schedule. What's your read on how things are going to play out knowing that?
I think this place always ends up about the same. The cushion gets blown up to the wall, and it gets really slick. I think we had some cloud cover here the last couple hours that helped things more than we did last night, and I think the temperature is a little bit cooler. So maybe the track crew might have learned a little bit from something from last night, and I definitely learned something from last night. So every time we come here, it's a learning experience. We've won a race here, but never been that great. So hopefully we can be better tonight. I may make some good changes and just be more aggressive.
4th all-time on the quick time list for Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifier tonight, C.J. Leary.
Thank you very much, Christy. As with that, we got Christian coming up here with your USAC D2 Midwest Thunder Midgets.
Bring out Christian Dunn here just a sec. Everybody getting a little busy there behind the main grandstand, but Christian Dunn going to be calling out the lineup here. Hot laps for the D2 Midgets. Be with us later on this year, as I recall. And everybody getting a little busy, a little hungry, and buying some T-shirts. That's fine and great. And we'll hand it on over to Christian Dunn here.
Thank you much. 19 USAC Midwest Thunder Midget drivers signed in for competition. With 17 about 15 minutes ago. Had a couple late arrivals. Originally, we were going to do 2 groups of qualifying, but changed that to 3. For the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, we group qualify as well as hot lap at the same time. So you'll see group number 1 coming onto the speedway. First driver on the racetrack out of Manila, Indiana, driving the Aerial Solutions, Navita Solutions, Machina Tree Works, U.S. Lawns of Terre Haute, Urban Air, Ultimate Predator Boats, Paradise Pools, Peak Performance Gym, Cated Wells Racing. It's the 5 of Matt Lux. Matt Lux in car number 5. Also in group number 1, out of Waterford, Michigan, driving the CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, Fedora Trek Racing, Terrell Electric, Haslick Trucking, Matrix Designs, Metro Lakes, 175 Thompson Property Services. It's the 49P of Carl Peterson. Carl Peterson in the 49P. Out of Lexington, Kentucky, driving the Ohio Intra Express, Russ King Racing, Slick Rick Motorsports. It's the 4T of Cody Dye. Cody Dye in the 4T. Out of Cedarville, Ohio, driving the Irwin Chrysler, Team Taylor Racing. It's the 11T of Ryan Fleming. Ryan Fleming in the 11T. Also in qualifying group number 1 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets out of Hope, Indiana, driving car number 19, it's Zachary Sims. Zachary Sims in car number 19. Out of Cox Creek, Kentucky, driving car number 93C, it's Chet Gerke. Chet Gerke in the 93C. And final car for group number 1 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets out of Greencastle, Indiana, driving the Curb Records, TJ Forge, FK Roddins, Impact Racing, Competition Suspension, Racing Optics, Neil Tire. It's the 63 of Cale Coons. Cale Coons in the 63. Again, our drivers qualify in groups with a position invert for their heat races. We do have a VMS Motorsports QuickTime Qualifier Award. VMS Online Store is your source for rod ends, radius rods, and other racing components for midgets, legends, modifieds, and late models, and everything in between, with individualized customer service, ensuring that every customer gets the right piece for their application. Check out their online store at vmsmotorsports.com. So again, even though we qualify within our groups, we will award that VMS QuickTime Qualifier to tonight's fastest driver in VMS qualifying. Looks like the 19 of Zachary Sims stopped in turns 3 and 4. Matt Lux out on the racetrack, a 2-time Eldora Speedway winner with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, picking up a win last Saturday night at the high banks of Eldora. Cale Coons in this session as well, picked up a win a couple weeks ago with the Badger Midget Series, the youngest winner in Badger Midget Series history. We had a rain out that weekend, so he decided to pack up his equipment, head over to Illinois, and run with the Badger Midget Series, where he picked up that win. Still looking for the first win of the season, though, is Cale Coons with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, as the green flag is set to come out in qualifying group number 1. Cale Coons, son of legendary sprint car driver for USAC Jerry Coons Jr., and that number 63 in turns 3 and 4. Matt Lux quickest so far in qualifying group number 1 with a 14.435, 14435 as the checkered flag comes out in group number 1 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. So currently fastest after group number 1 is Matt Lux with a 13.435, 13435. Cale Coons second quick with a 13.79. Carl Peterson third quick, Chet Gerke fourth, Cody Dye fifth, Ryan Fleming sixth, and Zachary Sims rounding out the first 7 cars. So time to beat for that VMS QuickTime Qualifier is a 13.435. Again, Matt Lux, last weekend's winner. The last time the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets were in competition, Matt Lux picked up that win. You'll see group number 2 coming on to the racetrack, and the drivers in qualifying group number 2 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets out of Rushville, Indiana, driving the Market Street Auto King Garage, ASC Graphics, Linda and Paul Peterson 34. It's Tate Martz. Tate Martz in car number 34. Out of Troy, Ohio, driving the White Hat Industrial, Harlow Builders, Primary Eye Care, Car Bright, CertaPro Painters, it's the 55S of Braden Schwartz. Braden Schwartz in the 55S. Out of Kansas City, Missouri, driving the Curtis Motor Sales, Advanced Racing Suspension, Superior Bearing, and Salai, the Auto Spot, it's the 10N of Tyler Nelson. Tyler Nelson in the 10N. Out of Ottawa, Ohio, driving the Heitzman Family Farms, Hancock Wood Electric Cooperative, Angola Screen Printing, it's the 01 of Ryan Moran. Ryan Moran in the 01. Out of Jasper, Indiana, driving the Driftaway 2, Holzman Refrigeration, Slammer Sports Bar, Shrell Mechanical, Easttown Bull, Sherman Race Cars, it's the 97 of Nolan Kiefer. Nolan Kiefer in the 97. Final car for group number 2 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, driving the Summit Industrial Flooring, Carbright, State Farm Creative Labels, Double J Construction, Flyer Life Groups, Roofs Painting, American Advanced Assemblies. It's the 35 of BMAS, Bryce Massengill. Bryce Massengill in car number 35. Bryce Massengill second in the point standings the previous 2 years, losing the championship battle to Zach Weigel a year ago by a mere 3 points. Zach Weigel not here tonight. Of course, this is not a points race for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, but keep an eye on that 35 of Bryce Massengill, who surely will be a favorite to pick up a win tonight. Tyler Nelson, quickest so far with a 13.724, 13724. Bryce Massengill second quick after 1 lap completed for group number 2 as the checker flag flies. So quickest in group number 2, not quickest overall. Second quick overall is Tyler Nelson in car number 10 with a 13.691. 13699. So Tyler Nelson quickest in group number 2. Bryce Massengill second quick. Tate Martz third. Ryan Moran fourth. Nolan Kiefer fifth. And Braden Schwartz sixth. So Matt Luck still quickest so far out of group number 1 with a 13433. Excuse me, 14433. So that's going to be the time to beat, as we have one more group left to come for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Group number 3, out of Plainfield, Indiana, driving car number 4, it's Bruce Sims. Bruce Sims in car number 4. Out of Brookville, Ohio, driving the Advanced Racing Suspension 7M, it's Cole Morgan. Cole Morgan in the 7M. Out of Delphus, Ohio, driving the Interstate Truck Source, Advanced Building Corporation, Ollie's Mobile Repair, Selking International, National Warehouse Logistics, Cisco Realty, Stream Realty, M&M Autos, Blings and Things, American Dream Autosport, it's the 55 of Paige Perrine. Paige Perrine in the 55. Out of Winder, Georgia, driving the Fedora Check Racing, Carvings by Joe Whitler, Rubber Band Wallets, CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, it's the 21 of Michael Magic. Michael Magic in the 21. Out of Covington, Ohio, driving the Brewhouse Drive-Thru, Downers Bay Resort Site X Performance Powder Coating, it's the 36 of Ian Krieger. Ian Krieger in car number 36, and final driver for the final group of qualifying for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets out of Columbus, Ohio, driving the Hitchman Uniforms Locked in Benefits 3E, it's Alex Watson. Alex Watson in car number 3E. Michael Magic normally running in his family-owned number 5, jumping into the Fedora Check Racing number 21 tonight here at Circle City Raceway. Cole Morgan in car number 7M has attended all the races this year. I believe he's the only driver, well, him and Ian Krieger, 2 of the only drivers in this group to attend all of our races. Of course, Mother Nature canceling 3 of our races to start our season, but we're getting a good string together to finish out the month of May. Just as I was talking about Cole Morgan, he pulls into the infield. Looks like he won't be able to take a time here in qualifying group number 3. Michael Magic quickest so far with a 14.084. Ian Krieger now goes to the top of the scoring pylon with a 14.033, 14033. Michael Magic second quick, Alex Watson third, Paige Perrine fourth, and Cole Morgan not taking a time as the checkered flag flies. So quickest in group number 3 was Alex Watson with the 14.001, 14001. But quickest overall in tonight's VMS QuickTime qualifier for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets with a 13.433. It's Matt Lux. Matt Lux is tonight's VMS QuickTime qualifier. So that concludes hot laps and qualifying for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. I believe everyone have just a brief break here before we move into heat race competition for the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Series.
Thank you, Christian. Welcome to Circle City Raceway. Bit of a slight break. I believe we're going to put a little sprinkle, a little tinkle there out on the track. There you go, going up on top side. We'll have the opening ceremonies here momentarily, so stand by for that. Right at 8 o'clock. So we need the folks for the national anthem and the invocation down to the start-finish line. And we're ready to rock it. Tim Spielman to the start-finish, or to the front of the grandstand here. Tim Spielman.
It's time to lay the smackdown at Kokomo for 30 grand. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts Sprint Car Smackdown 13 is the pinnacle of an action-packed summer at Indiana's Kokomo Speedway. 3 straight nights of high horsepower, high intensity, and high stakes action greet USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship competitors on August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, where a massive field will be shooting for $30,000 to win. It's also the opening round of the second edition of the NOS Energy Drink Hoosier Trifecta, which could ultimately net a driver a $100,000 reward. Advanced 3-day passes for SmackDown are on sale now. For more info, visit KokomoSpeedway.net and USACRacing.com. 3 big nights at Indiana's baddest bull ring, August 22nd through the 24th. Bring it on.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com.
He's going to sing the national anthem here. So I'm going to let him start off with the prayer, and we're going to sing the national anthem, and we're going to go racing.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you so much for all of your blessings and all of your love that you give to each and every home that is represented here this evening. May each and every home be filled with love because of you. And Father, we thank you for all the military that is standing around this world and on our shores to keep that freedom so we can assemble like we are this evening. And we ask you to bring them all home safe very soon. We thank you for all the sponsors that come along to help make all this possible. Continue to bless Circle City Speedway. Any venue they may be put on, may it be a great success. And now, Father, we ask you to bless and keep safe all of our drivers, crews, officials, and all of these great fans. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the times was free? With broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous height, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's get ready to go racing, folks. Are you ready? Let's make some noise! Let me hear you scream!
So crews coming out doing a little bit of dust control down in the infield. The Toyota Racing Development Pace Truck will begin to make laps. Cars will be making their way into the staging lanes here in just a minute for our first of 4 heat races. So cars begin to make their way into the staging lanes. Heat race number 1 going to be brought to you by Simpson Race Products. 10 laps of distance, 5 drivers going to move on directly into your feature event. Everybody else into your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. Going to be Dynamite. I got you.
Good one.
Trademark and patent pending by Ruben Morales, the announcer of the World of Outlaw Late Models. Charles Davis Jr. at Buckeye, Arizona, the pole of this one. The MP Environmental, Black Magic Bead Breaker, FK Indy, Chuck D's, Wieners, number 47. Outside of him, out of Oxnard, California, driver of the Physical Medicine Consultant, Stinsland Power, DRC Chassis, Mesilla Valley Transportation, J&M Racing, number 41. That'll be Ricky Lewis. Next row for the inside, the 17. That's going to be Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana, the Lifestyle Homes. Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Evan Jackson, Max at number 17, GP. And to his right, that will be the Ryan Bolt Underwood Motorsports, Spike, Stanton Powered AM Electrical, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium 19. That's going to be Mitchell Moles. Next row for the inside, Logan Seavey. He's out of Sutter, California, driving the Abacus Racing. Forecheck Marketing, Fatheads, Rockwell Security, MPV Express, High Performance Lubricants, number 57. And outside of him, tonight's quick qualifier, that's C.J. Leary out of Greenfield, Indiana, driving the Altos Power Equipment, Highsmith Guns, Hornbeck Concrete, Valvoline, number 15X. Next row for the inside, the 10G. That's going to be Gabriel Gilbert out of Greenwood, Indiana, the Hawk Chassis Chevrolet powered entry. He'll go from the 7th starting spot and lining up 8th. Set to be Rylan Gray out of Greenfield, Indiana, driving the Gray Auto, Lucky 7 Technologies, Indy Race Parts, number 06. Final starter in this one, set to be Kyle Johnson out of Greencastle, Indiana, driving the Jack's Trash Chevrolet DRC Chassis, Witt's Lawn Care, number 99J. So that'll be your scheduled lineup here in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. And again, qualifying sets the stage for everything throughout tonight's program. 6-car inversion in each one of your heat races. The quick qualifier going to the right of row number 3. Second quick in the second heat, likewise going to the 6th starting spot, all the way down through the 4 heats until your top 4 seated drivers all starting in the 6th position. Then we go back and we seed to the inside of that 3rd row all the way up. Everybody from 7th on back lined up straight up by their time. And into the B main. Little different this year. They actually line up by their finish. All of your first non-transferring cars, they all line up by their time, then the next non-transferring cars. But the front row is reserved for the 2 fastest qualifying drivers not transferring in.
Yeah, that's right. That is a new part of the format for this year, which makes the B main a little bit more heat race finish heavy, so it does give you an opportunity to want to vie for each spot a little bit more, just to have that breathing room if you did have to go to the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event.
And what's good is it does make you want to kind of try a little bit harder in qualifying, because you realize, hey, look, if I'm kind of mired back here, but I know I've got a good time, I'm probably going to be on that front row.
So basically, you just want to be good all night.
Yes. That's the premise.
Got it.
Just go in, with the Goonies attitude. Speaking of Goonies, want to say hi to our resident pirate. Yes. We love you, Rich.
So I'm glad to see that Rylan Gray is going to make the start on this one. Obviously, we saw him have that incident last night in turns number 1 and 2 during Honest Dave Roofing qualifying. Didn't make the call for Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1 last night. Not the case tonight. Going to roll off from the inside of row number 4, outside of row number 4 for this one.
I went down to talk to them a little bit, and they said it had the Mahako special done on the left front. They actually took back to the shop. They welded it here, and they said it was just good enough to make it to the next crash. It said it probably would have held, but they didn't want to chance it and risk tearing up the car even more, so they took it back to the shop, tying the group. They jumped on that thing and put a nice bead around that, got it all put back together. She's rolling straight and sure here tonight. Again, qualifying outside that inversion does have some time to make up here. Wanting to get up into the top 5 and move straight on into the feature event. But Charles Davis Jr., Ricky Lewis, Arizona, California on that front row. Rogers, Moles, Seavey, then Leary, Gilbert, then Gray. Johnson lining up at the back of the field, 10 times around, past the NOS Energy start can. They fire off and race into turns 1 and 2. Davis around the bottom. Lewis, last night, the 360 paid off for him. He's going to power by into the race lead as they work into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, so immediately to the top side of the racetrack for Ricky Lewis. So CJ Leary's going to get a pretty good dig on the bottom. Might be able to pick off a spot here.
Boy, going to work on the 57 of Leary. Again, top 5 is where you want to be as they're going to duke it out for the second spot. 3 cars going to go at it. Davis trying to hold on to it. You got Jaden Rogers working top side, going to take it from him. So the high side coming in quick here in heat race competition. Rogers banks her off of the cushion, flies the front end a little bit. Leary thought he was going to have some trouble there over in turns at 1 and 2. Gathers her back up, but right now he's at risk of running at a B main here tonight.
Charles Davis Jr. from the front row sitting in 3rd right now, trying to hang on as 4th and 5th are approaching with 6th place in tow as well.
So Logan Seavey going to get the insurance spot here to the inside. Rolls the 15. The BGE Darty Motorsports number 15X at the line, coming up just shy. Mitchell Moles holds on to it, keeps him at bay as they work onto the back straightaway. Up front, a quick check on Ricky Lewis. He gone. That number 41 machine in command. Jane Rogers still running in 2nd. Charles Davis. Now Logan Seavey on his heels as they work into turns 1 and 2. Tries the bottom. Davis going to power by on the outside.
Logan Seavey going to take another attempt at it. Might take a lap or 2 to get it wound back up and then try another slide job on Charles Davis Jr. Not this time, though, as Charles keeps the door closed.
Boy, CJ needing to figure something out, figure it out fast. He is running out of time. It's going to be 3 to go this time for your leader, Ricky Lewis, in that 41 machine. 4 times a winner so far this season. Mentioned the last time he went to Victory Lane was with the Boss Series in Florence, Kentucky. Ooh, turns 1 and 2 look like a little bit of a bobble by the 19 there for a second.
Yeah, kind of got slid up the racetrack and into the front of the 15X, which got CJ on the brakes.
So a tip of the hat to the brake installer and the manufacturer on that thing as he avoided catastrophe. White flag coming out. He's going to change tactics now. He's going to go top shelf through turns 3 and 4, see if he can get the rubber band wound up as he is losing ground to the 19. It looks like Moles going after Davis into turns 1 and 2. As I said it, he's going to get a shot to the back straightaway as the checker flag's going to drop in this one for Ricky Lewis.
That might have got the job done right there as Mitchell Moles. It's an infield tire, goes around and gets it stopped.
The tire taketh, and it always takes.
It never gives.
But it does, in this case, give the spot to C.J. Leary. So every now and then, charitable to some, not to others. So Leary crossing in 5th, Davis in 4th, Seavey in 3rd, Rogers in 2nd, and your winner for the 2nd night in a row in heat race competition out of Oxnard, California, driver of the Morris Farms, D Transport, J&M Racing, the CFL Transportation, number 41 race fans. Give him a hand, Ricky Lewis. So Ricky Lewis picking up the win. Let's send it down to Drake.
Win in a row, and Ricky, you won a heat race last night and pulled off a top 10 finish with the 360 power. Why is it working so well for you this weekend?
Just a really small racetrack, man. That was all this little thing had. I don't think I lifted hardly at all. When I did, I about spun out. So, yeah, I feel like this is perfect for this racetrack. Kind of sucks to be winning these heat races. That means that I'm not very good in qualifying. So I feel like tonight that was all it had around the bottom. So just giving up a little bit of power, it puts me behind the 8 ball. But again, thank you, Tom Berkey and Dave Stensland, for letting me come and do this.
Ricky Lewis, your winner of Simpson Race Products heat race number 1 aboard car 41.
Thank you very much, Drake. Heat race numero dos, brought to you by Rod and Supply. Staging out to the Speedway, driver of the pole. This one's at Fort Branch, Indiana. Driver of the Bandit Ag LLC, Fisher DRC Chassis, Davis Brothers, Ted Brown Quality Paint and Body, number 5S. That's going to be Chase Stock, and lining up next to him, it's going to be Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California. The Honest State Roofing, Bennick Enterprises, Claxon DRC 2B Racing, number 2B. Second row from the inside, Anton Hernandez. He's out of Arlington, Texas. Driver of the Baldwin Fox Racing, Kane Automotive, Fox Paving, Boer Farms, number 5 machine. And next to him, you'll find Hunter Maddox. He's out of Bedford, Indiana. Driver of the Auto Credit, Airmaster Heating and AC. Tommy D's Windows, Doors, and More, number 24M. Shane Connell going to go from the 5th starting spot. He's out of Kansas, Illinois. Driver of the Epson Penning Incorporated, DRC Claxton Racing Engine M2 Bearings, number 2E. And next to him, last night's feature winner, Brady Bacon out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Telstar Technologies, Davis Brothers Fatheads, Thompson Racing, number 69. Joey Amantia, just outside of the inversion on qualifying. He will line up at the inside of row number 4. He's out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. Driver of the JPA Masonry, Newman's Triple X Chassis, number 88J. Next to him, that's going to be Logan Calderwood out of Goodyear, Arizona, the MP Environmental. 6X Management Group, one-way Triple X Chassis. Woodland Auto Display number 73. Final starter in Ronda Supply Heat Race number 2, Jake Simmons out of New Palestine, Indiana, driver the DRC Simmons number 7S. Stacy Chad, you're the winner of our AMSOIL Inside the Oval. Once we're done with the heat races, you want to go down to the USAC merchandise trailer, check in with Brooklyn. So Stacy Chad, again, you are tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. Get a ride in the pace truck. You and a friend get to go down. Also going to get a prize pack. Of course, everybody should be going to the merchandise trailer right now. Well, maybe after the heat races.
Yeah, don't miss this. That's for sure.
So Chase Stockin in the 5 on the pole of this one. Driver to Fort Branch, Indiana. 5th last night. 1 year ago, finished 7th here on night number 2. Swanson next to him. Swanson, a little bit of an off night last night, 16th. Remember, he won the opener of this event in 2023. Last year on night number 2, had a runner-up finish.
Yeah, that's right. So he was pretty successful here back in 2023, and I think that we talked about it a little bit yesterday. They were excited to get to back to Circle City today with the success that Bennick Enterprises has had here, as well as Jake Swanson. That team, both pretty successful here separately, and so far together, they've had some speed, not a whole lot to show for it on paper.
You know, Scott Bennick, when they really started tuning on shocks and started coming up with custom shock packages, aside from just calling AFCO and ordering a set of shocks, he and his brother were kind of at the forefront of that, and they're kind of the ones that got Bennick Enterprises really going, and they tuned shocks for teams all over the country. So Scott, he's one of those, if you want to talk shocks and suspension, he's one of the best in the industry to talk to.
Well, and of course, Jake Swanson also owns his own shock tuning technology, JST. So they're both kind of tag teaming master of the minds there to kind of put some brains together and figure out what is the best suspension. I don't even know, but they probably do.
And are probably still coming up with something better.
Yeah, I'm sure that's an ongoing process.
Anton Hernandez, only driver I've ever seen win a race with a front axle pretty much dangling out of the car. Did that down at Vado Speedway Park a few years ago during Thanksgiving holiday. Goes the inside of row number 2. Maddox next to him, Cottle, Bacon, Amantia, Calderwood, Simmons. We go to green.
I'm interested to see what Shane Cottle does here as he gets into the corner, and pretty good on the bottom side of the racetrack and able to kind of pull away there from 5th, 6th on back.
3 wide to the back straightaway, trying to hold on to a transfer spot. Bacon in 69. Able to power by on the outside, going to get a run on Cottle. Going to get a 3-for-1 sail there as he had lost about 4 spots here in the start. Now getting back up into that 4th spot as they work into turns 3 and 4. Up front, it will be the 5. Stockin leading in this one.
So Jake Swanson trails as Brady Bacon is really the first one to the very extreme top side of the racetrack. Joey Amantia is following in his footsteps. Not a bad idea on the part of the 88J.
Ooh, Amantia thought he was going to trip it up through the cushion there for a second. Had to woe it up and kind of diamond her down in the middle of turns 3 and 4. As Bacon gets another run to the back straightaway, coming after Anton here in the Baldwin Fox Racing number 5 machine. Up in front of him is going to be the 2 of Swanson. Everybody still chasing Stockin as he rolls about middle to bottom at both ends of the speedway right now. Bacon switching up tactics. Problems at 3 and 4. Keeps it rolling, though. That was a 7.
So Brady Bacon on rails right now, and this is not a whole lot different than what we saw last night. I would expect that he's able to carry this momentum as we go forward. He's tracking down Jake Swanson as we speak.
Side by side, nearly onto the back straightway. About a half a car advantage to the driver of the number 2B. Now Bacon charging back to his inside. Has the run. He's got second. As we've got 4 laps remaining. Stockin continuing to lead. He has 3 heat race wins, including his 3rd one last night. Bacon, 4 heat race wins. Goes up to the high side. He is able to put that car pretty much on any line he wants right now.
So Chase Stockin going to want to get this thing wound up, and I'm not sure if he's aware of how close Brady Bacon is. He's probably starting to hear him right about now as Brady's closing some of that ground, but Chase Stockin needs this heat race win. Brady Bacon does not.
Trying to get the squirrel running just a little bit faster under the hood of that thing as they're going to come around this time to the wave of the white flag and 1 to go. Bacon still pounding the high side of the speedway as Swanson trying to hold on to 3rd. You got Cottle right there in the battle for the transfer spot as they work. Oh, look out, the 7. Specht and Checkers get caution instead, as that is Jake Simmons. He just about did that a couple laps ago, and he finally got it done that time.
So unofficially right now, Joey Amantia is holding down the final transfer position where Anton Hernandez is sitting in 6th. I think they're going to battle it out, and we'll figure out what scoring has to say about what that lineup actually looks like based on the previous lap.
So a couple laps ago, looked like Amantia was semi-feature bound. Now right into it. You got Hernandez right there. As looks like they will stay in that order right now. So Chase Stockin still had just shy of an 0.8 of a second advantage on Brady Bacon. Now the Macho Man going to realign on his back bumper. Racing not done tonight. Tomorrow we head up to Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. The Silver Crown Champ Car Series on track for the Hoosier 100.
146 laps, which is interesting.
Longest race of the season for the Silver Crown Series. 72nd anniversary of the Hoosier 100. All a part of the Carb Night Classic. 25,000 to win, so you can, it's about a 25-minute drive from here, roughly.
Not too bad, yeah.
So there's no reason why you shouldn't make it. Back to green.
So Chase Stockin, if he didn't know before that Brady Bacon was hot on his tail, he knows it now as Chase Stockin kind of holds down the bottom. Brady Bacon going to seek away around the outside. In turns 1 and 2, switches it up in 3 and 4.
Boy, Amantia on the throttle here as he's going to go after the throttle. Gets by Cottle. At the line, he got it for the 4th spot. Stockin holds on for the win. Brady Bacon in 2nd. Swanson, Amantia, Cottle, those are the 5 drivers unofficially moving on. Anton Hernandez, Hunter Maddox, Logan Calderwood, and Jake Simmons unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you from down the road to Fort Branch, Indiana. Driver of the Bandit Ag number 5S. Give him a hand. Chase Stockin and down to Drake.
Chase Stockin with his 4th heat race win on the season here in Rod and Supply heat race number 2. Another driver we saw in heat race victory lane here at the Circle City Raceway last night for night number 1 of the Circle City Salute. Currently 6th all-time when it comes to USAC National Sprint Car starts. Chase, you had everyone covered on the bottom, but the final couple laps of the race, you changed your line up top in 3 and 4. What prompted that change for those few laps?
Yeah, I just kind of felt like I was slowing up a little bit too much down there in center 3 and 4, and just kind of had to test it out. I knew we had an okay lead and everything. I kind of felt like it anyway. So, I was glad we was able to hold them off there on that last restart and get ourselves a better starting spot for the main. My pill drawing skills have not been very good as of late, so. But, Rooster's got this 5S machine rolling in the heat races, and, we got a game plan going in tonight, what we're going to do, and see if we can get to the front for that 10K.
Chase Stockin, we mentioned he won a heat race here last night. He converted that into a top 5 finish. Maybe we'll see him do a little bit better tonight, Brian.
Indeed, thank you very much. As TJ Ford's heat race number 3. Out to the Speedway, driver on the pole. This one is out of Yorktown, Indiana. Driver of the Oak Motors, Pizza King Claxton. Number 9Z, that's going to be Zach Pretorius. Next to him, the 5K, young lady out of Dillsboro, Indiana. And the RGE Wholesale Fertilizer, J&D Chevrolet, Ripper Chassis. Heavy-duty truck and transmission, Davis Brothers, Southern Insurance, number 5K. That's going to be Kayla Rell. Next row for the inside, you'll find Matt Westfall out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. The Ray Marshall Motorsports, Gressman DRC Chassis, All-Star Performance, number 33M. And to his right from the 4th starting spot, Dason Pursley out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. 3rd place finish last night for the Apache Transport, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, Amsoil Beaver Stripes, number 21AZ. Kyle Cummins, the 3 from the inside of your 3rd row at Princeton, Indiana. The Avanti Window and Door, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, Apache Transport entry. And next to him, creeping around the alphabet to the 3 R's, we find Kevin Thomas Jr. at Coleman, Alabama. The Inferno Armor, Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Centers, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, number 3. Frankie Guarini out of San Rafael, California, the Z-Max, DRC, FK Indy number 63. He'll go from the 7th starting spot. Next to him, it's going to be Chance Crum out of Snohomish, Washington, the Verdine Racing, Scott Miller Power, Triple X Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, number 26. Final starter in this one, Harley Burns out of Brazil, Indiana, the Youngbloods Farms, DRC Chassis, Jason Kiefer Racing, number 16. As that'll be your scheduled lineup here for TJ Ford's heat race number 3. Qualifying, everything but for Burns, something coming from together apart on that one. Wasn't even able to come around and complete the warm-up lap. The repairs, though, look like have been completed.
Now, see what he can do in this TJ Ford's heat race number 3. Obviously, with no qualifying time, that makes the rest of his night that much harder.
Basically, right now, even if he goes to the front, he's still got a parachute tied to him. So we'll see if he can dig his way out of the hole here. Zach Pretorius, Kayla Rell on run number 1. Rell with a lot of laps on this track, but it's typically in tonight's support division. So we'll see what she can do from the outside of that front row. She is the first woman to ever win against the USAC D2 Thunder Midwest Racing Series. taking on a little bit more of an aggressive schedule in sprint cars this year. And a fun fact, she is a high school wrestler. Placed fourth in the 115-pound weight class in the Indiana High School Girls Wrestling State Finals earlier this year at Kokomo.
I think she went to the state finals,
Yep.
yeah.
So we'll see if she can put a whooping on him in this one as she goes from the outside of row number 1. Westfall, Percy, row number 2. Cummins, Thomas, row number 3. Guarini, Crum, and Burns rounds out your lineup. Over to the NOS Energy start. Can we go? And we're underway.
That's a pretty stout row number 3 there as Kyle Cummins and Kevin Thomas Jr. going to take off. Kyle straight, Kevin Thomas Jr. that is. Straight to the wall. Rear end's knocked out of that one.
Car just all of a sudden sideways and straight into the concrete.
Looked like it kind of caught the cushion there, and once it got a hold of it, it just kind of dragged it out.
So safety crews down on scene. As we'll get a look at the replay, goes in, sets her in, and he's actually looked like maybe a little under the cushion. We'll see if we can look at that one more time. And we're actually going to get a little bit slower look at it. Goes in, and there he goes, up into the cushion, and the car just blows right through it. So front axle definitely headed for the scrapyard. Chances are that rear axle as well. Drake York is down a little bit closer to it than us. We'll see if maybe we can get Drake to get a look at it and give us a report.
So as we wait for Drake to assess the situation, there's a chance that something broke. Watching the replay there, you can see that the rear end locks up and there's just no steering at all going on as the 3R kind of just slides up the racetrack into the thick of the cushion.
You know, in a situation like that, like you said, it looked like the rear end locked up. I mean, that could be any number of things, all the way from engine to the rear end actually seizing on that. And the scarier part of that is that direct drive system and the strain and the stress that's putting right there on that coupler and that drive shaft, all going right between the driver's ankles.
Yeah, the ankles. It's always the ankles. It's the scary part.
You can, if you ever see Terry McCarl wear shorts, it'll terrify you.
So the 3R going on the hook, most likely not going to be able to finish this TJ Forge heat race number 3. They're going to take that thing back to the pit area, swap some axles out, namely another couple of tons of parts as well, and most likely be back out for the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts semi-feature event.
Quick work on that. We'll get it out for the semi-feature, put her into the A, and then they've got a little time to reassess, reevaluate, and get it put together before we head to the Sprint Car Capital of the World next weekend. 31st and 1st, it is the Avanti Windows and Doors Corn Belt Clash. As they have the car on the hook, and she's got a little weeble to her wobble there on the rear end, so. As Kevin Thomas riding along, Drake was walking down alongside of it. Not sure if he has anything to add, if he saw anything else down there.
Brian, I wasn't able to get a fantastic view of all the damage on that 3R, but obviously some front end damage. And it looks like they're not even going to make a trip through the Indy Metal finishing work area as lights are out around the speedway. It's going to be an interesting Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts semi-feature, no doubt about it, here tonight.
Thank you very much, Drake, as we will line them up and try it again.
So the good news for Kevin Thomas Jr. is that the front row of the semi-feature is reserved for the 2 fastest non-transfers out of their heat race. He qualified 3rd, so that makes him currently the fastest.
Back to green. Victorious once again with a good start off of the bottom rail down to the inside, trying to block the charge. Leaves the high side open for the 21AZ at Dayson Pursley. Pursley going to try to roll up and take over that second spot. Another driver swinging wide. That is going to be the Avanti window and door number 3. of Kyle Cummins right now sitting in the final transfer. Pursley off of the cushion and charging onto the back straightaway for that second spot.
Jason Pursley getting kind of ran out of real estate. Zach Pretorius catches the cushion, gets a big bicycle off of it. Going to retain third position now.
Boy, the Oak Motors number 9 thought he was going to go up and challenge the catch fence for a second. Holds on to the second spot, but Jason Pursley says thank you very much. He's going to take over the race lead in this one. Cummins now up into the mix. He's had a couple of good charges off of the high side, just hasn't been able to follow through with it as he continues to go to work on the 33 of Matt Westfall. Rail and Pretorius right there in front of him. Clears the 33 as they work into turns 3 and 4.
So it's beginning to look like a cakewalk for Jason Pursley as he's pulling some length on the rest of the field. He was obviously really fast last night, passed a bunch of cars. I'd be so interested to see what he's able to do in clean air.
Boy, Kayla Rail with a good move to the inside to clear the 9Z as Zach Pretorius takes over the runner-up spot. The 9 back to third at danger, falling back to fourth. There comes Cummins on the outside at the line, scored with it. Difference of .010. Secures it onto the back straightaway. At transfer spot, about to be up for grabs. Westfall missed the line. Oh no! And Rail just got Rail. Pretorius, not sure why he was still in the throttle.
It's hard to say. It almost looked like it stuck, but I'm guessing that he was just trying to make that attempt to not get stopped and have to go to the tail as he was having a really good run.
And he is
upset.
Tenderizing the steering wheel.
Yes, that is a tough situation for Zach Pretorius, obviously in a transfer position there when that happened, and most likely stayed in the throttle just to try to hang on, not have to go to the tail for that one for stopping. Unfortunately, it did not pan out.
And from our vantage point, looks like, lucky for him, it didn't tear the front end out of it, because at one point it looked like he was going to kind of hook and tear, and going to be able to restart this one. The good news is he's going to line up 7, so only has a couple of cards to contend with to try to get up into that transfer spot and maybe salvage his night here and avoid that Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. Unfortunately for Rail, looks like the hook going to be needed. And get a look at the replay here, coming into the frame, and round she goes, and going in, it's like as he got on the brakes, the car shifted right, and yeah, to your point,
that there looks like the throttle stuck.
Yeah. And the wall finally bringing it to a stop.
Continuation up toward the upper banking of the racetrack for sure.
So a tough break for Rail going around, and we'll see if the Southern Insurance Heavy Duty number 5 can make repairs and continue on here this evening. So Mason Pursley leading in the 21 AZ. Trying to pick up heat race win number 2 on the season. Cummins now going to line up at that second spot. Westfall going to find himself in third. Guarini in fourth as Drake York at the report down trackside.
Brian, it looked like the only real mechanical part torn up on that race car was the left front torsion arm, and obviously the left front's flat, but tough break for Kayla Rail, solidly in a transfer spot, and all goes to waste here in what has so far been a chaotic TJ4's heat race number 3.
Chaotic's a good way of putting it.
It is. It's so interesting. The first 2 heat races that we got through, pretty clean and green for the most part, and here we are struggling to wrap this one up so far, but it really seems to be just a lot of mechanical things at this point.
So single file ready to get back after it. We are at the midpoint with 5 in and 5 to go. NOS Energy start can for turn number 4. That's what we're looking for as we go back to green. Oh my! Thought we were going to sail one there for a second. Westfall went in and caught the infield tire, bottled everybody up. We'll stay after it though, as up front it's going to be Pursley leading. Cummins in that second spot. Somehow he holds on to third. Westfall, Guarini, and Rail back into the pit area. It is Crum right now with the final transfer spot.
Harley Burns really pressuring Chance Crum. I think got kind of bottled up on that restart and trying to find a way around. Chance Crum doing a great job of taking up enough space to make Harley Burns try and search.
Right now you got Pretorius around the bottom just patiently. You have to wonder if he's maybe waiting for the two guys in front of him and maybe make a mistake. As I say that now, going to go ahead and test the high line. Losing ground, though, around to the front straightaway. White flag coming this time for Dayson Pursley, the Locust Grove, Oklahoma driver, to the inside line. Up on the outside, letting her eat. Now Cummins in the Avante window and door number 3. Going to swing down to the bottom over in turns 1 and 2. Plenty of room to run as they work into turns 3 and 4. Patiently. Round to the front straightaway, it's going to be Dayson Pursley grabbing the heat race win. Kyle Cummins in second, Matt Westfall in third, Garini in fourth, and Crum. Those are the drivers moving on into the feature event. Burns, Pretorius, Rell, and Thomas unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, driving the Apache Transport, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, one-way power, DRC chassis, M zone number 21 AZ race fans. Give him a hand, Dayson Pursley. Kyle Cummins in second, Matt Westfall in third, Frankie Garini in fourth, Chance Crum in fifth, Harley Burns, Zach Pretorius, Kayla Rell, and Kevin Thomas Jr. unofficially rounding out your field. So he is going to roll down trackside, and we're going to send it down to Drake York.
Dayson Pursley, your winner in TJ Forged heat race number 3. Second heat race win on the season for the driver, currently 4th in national standings. And Dayson, you've been making moves, not faking moves, as Bobby Gerald would say. 14th to the podium last night, 4th to the win there. What makes this car so good in traffic that you're just able to get around guys?
Yeah, definitely the car is, very, very good in traffic, and makes my job a lot easier. So then I have the best qualifying efforts once again, and was able to, fine tune on that and pick the good lanes, and was able to pick up that heat race win. So hopefully we can kind of stop passing cars and starting up front and maybe pick off a couple wins here.
Dayson Pursley, your winner in TJ Forged heat race number 3.
Car IQ heat race number 4. Out to the speedway, Brent Beauchamp out of Fairland, Indiana, driving the day-by-day plumbing and pressure washing. Ryder, spiked chassis, number 11. He's going to be in the pole. This one outside of him in 00. That's going to be Colin Grissom out of Anderson, Indiana, driving the Purdue Farms Claxon DRC chassis 00. Next row from the inside, Brandon Maddox out of Terre Haute, Indiana, driving the Maddox Heating and Cooling Gressman DRC chassis Pro Source number 28. And from the 4th starting spot out of Rockland, California, we find Robert Ballou in the Suburban Subaru, Deaton's Waterfront Services, Bex Western Telecom number 12. Justin Grant, the NOS Energy Bow Foundation MPV Express Top Industries number 4 out of Ione, California. Going to go from the 5th starting spot. And Carson Garrett, he's out of Littleton, Colorado. The Altos Power Equipment one-way DRC Lugs Lawn Care number 15. He'll go from 6. 7th starting spot, Matt Goodnight out of Winchester, Indiana, driving the Lumber and Things Claxon DRC number 39. And your final starter going to be Lee Dacus. He's out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, driving the Dacus Open Wheel Motorsports J&D Chevrolet DRC chassis number 21X. That'll be your scheduled lineup here in Car IQ Heat Race number 4. Final driver firing on the back straightaway. That was the 15 of Carson Garrett. Outside row number 3 means he was the 4th qualifier. Coming up after this, we will have our D2 Thunder USAC midgets coming up for their heat races. 17 drivers on hand for them here this evening.
So notice that we just pulled one of those problematic infield tires in just a smidge, which might just make this a little bit more forgiving for some of the people that are having trouble trying to hug around the bottom side of the racetrack and just not quite having enough real estate.
And it's kind of a double-edged sword. Some people hate the infield tires. They want a berm. You go on the berm, well, then you end up, they're going to run half the car in the infield, where with the tires, there's a definite do not cross this barrier. Some people want the wall. Well, then you rip the front axle out of it. So there's really no good way to really mark that barrier on the inside of, hey, don't race beyond here.
And we're seeing that more here in 3 and 4 with the tires being an issue because the sweepingness of the top side of the racetrack is a lot more dramatic.
Field around to the green flag in this one, side by side to start things off at the front. Ooh, look out, the weeble to the wobble and the wobble to the weeble, but he's going to hold on to it and opens the door for Robert Ballou. Ballou going to charge outside of the 12. Does he have the run of the front straightaway? He does. The Suburban Subaru entry going to jump up into the top spot. Beauchamp going to answer to the inside, though. The 11, a good battle at the front of this one.
Yeah, Brent Beauchamp not going to go quietly into the night, willing to put up a battle against Robert Ballou, but it does not work. Robert Ballou prevails.
Robert Ballou on the throttle on the outside, now dives to the inside, breaks the momentum of Beauchamp for a moment. Now Brent trying back to the inside, not able to get the run on the 12 machine as they work around to the front straightaway, swings it wide, and Beauchamp back to his inside.
Third place Brandon Maddox on that last lap in 3 and 4. Got a little bit straightened out, trying to avoid hitting one of those infield tires yet again, which got everybody behind him kind of bottled up.
Grissom trying to take advantage of it, wasn't able to, as they will light the hides around to the front straightaway. Final transfer spot. This could be a big one. He got Garrett with it. Justin Grant trying to take it. The NOS Energy drink entry. Trying to work to the inside as here comes Garrett charging by the 00, trying to get the insurance spot. Goes a little wide off of turn number 4. They both open the door for Justin Grant. Grant not able to step through, though.
That was a quick
contact.
thinking move by Carson Garrett, and then Justin Grant and Colin Grissom having some contact.
Right rear over left front as Grissom trying to protect the bottom, opened the door just enough for Grant to peek in.
And I think he did get a little bit sideways there, which got kind of chalked up on the brakes. Justin Grant just really with nowhere to go in that short amount of time.
Going to the bottom with that much momentum. We'll see if maybe we have a replay here in FloRacing. We do. And you said it, going in just a little sideways. Woes that car up, and Grant no way to know or any way to avoid. Kind of knows what's going on here because he can see what's happening. As you'll see, he kind of straightens the car up as much as he can.
It looks like it was actually right front of Colin Grissom to left rear of Carson Garrett, who was in front of him. So Colin Grissom getting there. Maybe just a little bit too hot in the front end, a little bit too not hot on the back end, and just not enough room to make it work out.
So once we are done with this heat race, Brady Bacon going to be at his souvenir trailer signing autographs. Field back to green. Robert Ballou in command of this one. Beauchamp, Maddox, Carson Garrett, and Justin Grant, the top 5 right now. Here comes Garrett to the outside as we have 5 laps remaining.
That was a full set head of steam for Carson Garrett, who just kind of pulls the doors off Brandon Maddox. But Brandon Maddox gets a good run on the bottom side of turns 3 and 4 and comes back at it.
Well, the top of 1 and 2 is fantastic. The bottom of 3 and 4 right there as well, as now leaves the door open. Garrett going to go ahead and swing down to the bottom and block the charge. Opens up his exit just a little bit. Maddox not able to get there and challenge, though, as he going to go back top shelf in turns 1 and 2, setting sights on Brent Beauchamp up front. Robert Ballou says bye, Felicia, on this one, as he'll start to pull away. A little shy of 0.8 of a second last time at Suburban Super number 12. Brings it out to over a second now.
So Justin Grant holding down a transfer spot right now. Had a pretty decent qualifying effort. Going to be okay tonight, but definitely looking for more out of that 4 car. I know that they're never complacent. They're constantly searching for more. This has been a week that's been a little bit trickier for him.
White flag in the air. And Robert Ballou comfortably on the back straightaway. Going to find the bottom of turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. Checkered flag going to fly. And the Madman going to pick up the heat race win. 2nd to Beauchamp. 3rd to Garrett. 4th to Maddox. And 5th to Grant. Matt Goodnight, Colin Grissom, and Lee Dacus unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, out of Rockland, California, he pilots the Suburban Subaru. Hinchman Indy, Dragonfly Aviation, Amy Gardner, Roofing number 12. Race fans, give him a hand, Robert Ballou. As we take it down trackside to Drake.
Robert Ballou collecting the win here in Car IQ Heat Race number 4, his 3rd heat race win on the season. Already a winner here at the Circle City Raceway this season. And Robert, no one's been able really to make the top work for any number of laps, but you started 4th and you made all your passes on the high side. How were you able to make the high side work that well?
Well, when you suck qualifying like I did tonight, you have one option, win the heat race. So we were in a bad spot. If you're anywhere in the 2nd row, it makes it really difficult. If you can qualify bad enough to start on the front row, hopefully then you can hold them off. But we tried some things there that hopefully will help us for the feature. 40 laps is a long way. We kind of salvaged a scrap night, and it's $10,000 to win tonight, and I got rent due. So we got to thank Suburban Subaru, Pete and Jane back home. Core Furniture and Installation are here tonight. Deaton's Waterfront Service, Berks Western Telecom, we miss Todd. We need some help, but we got Jimmy here tonight and Derek and my dad, and we're giving it the best we can. We're just short-handed this weekend.
Robert Ballou with the convincing win in Car IQ Heat Race number 4.
Thank you very much, Drake. As with that, the D2 Thunder Midgets going to begin to make their way out to the Speedway for their first heat race. And Christian going to take over here in just a moment.
Heat race number 1 of 3 on track now for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Our heat races are 8 laps of distance. All cars tonight will transfer to tonight's 25-lap A main. Top 3 will go to a redraw to determine starting positions 1 through 9. Here is the starting lineup for heat race number 1 on the inside of the front row. Out of Cox Creek, Kentucky, driving car number 93C, it's Chet Gerke. Outside of row number 1, out of Waterford, Michigan, driving the CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, Fedorchak Racing, Terrell Electric, Haslick Trucking, Matrix Designs, Metro Lakes, 17 Fab, Tops and Property Services. It's the 49 of Carl Peterson. Row number 2 on the inside, out of Greencastle, Indiana, driving the Curb Wreckers, TJ Forge, FK Roddins, Impact Racing, Competition Suspension, Racing Optics, Neil Tire. It's the 63 of Cale Coons. On the outside of row number 2, out of Manila, Indiana, driving the Aerial Solutions, Navita Solutions, Michiana Tree Works, U.S. Lawns of Terre Haute, Urban Air, Ultimate Predator Boats, Paradise Pools, Peak Performance Gym, Caden Wells Racing. It's the 5 of Matt Lux. Row number 3 on the inside, out of Lexington, Kentucky, driving the Ohio Intra Express, Russ King Racing, Slick Rick Motorsports. It's the 4T of Cody Dye. Outside of row number 3, out of Cedarville, Ohio, driving the Irwin Chrysler Team Taylor Racing. It's the 11T of Ryan Fleming. Ryan Fleming in the 11T. And final starter for heat race number 1 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets out of Hope, Indiana. It's car number 19 of Zachary Sims. And just a reminder that Brady Bacon is at his trailer right now if you want to head down there and get some autographs. Brady Bacon down in his souvenir trailer. So going green, this time by 8 laps. All cars transfer top 3 to the redraw. Carl Peterson, Ryan Fleming, Cale Coons, Cody Dye, Chet Gerke on the front row, I'm sorry. Green flag. Chet Gerke to the inside, trying to take that lead. Chet Gerke, Carl Peterson side by side into turn number 3. Peterson on the outside in the 49. He's going to stay side by side across the start finish line. I believe Carl Peterson led lap number 1. Matt Lux, tonight's quick time qualifier, VMS quick time qualifier, slides up into the second position. Will now set his sights on Chet Gerke in the 93. Matt Lux running a little bit higher around the racetrack in turns 3 and 4, trying to use that momentum to close in on Gerke, who has one feature win a year ago. Big run for Lux. Can't make it work down the backstretch. He's going to fall in line. Cale Coons now making a run. He's up in the 3rd position as Matt Lux goes back to the inside for the lead. He will clear Gerke into turn number 1, see if he can pull away. Matt Lux now your race leader. Started 4th up to the race lead. Chet Gerke running 2nd. Cale Coons running 3rd. Now here comes Cale Coons to the inside of Gerke. Cale Coons picked up a win a couple weeks ago with the Badger Midget Series. Now running in that 2nd position. Makes contact with Chet Gerke. He's going to lose a lot of ground down the backstretch. He falls back to 3rd. Carl Peterson, after starting on the outside of the front row, back to 4th as he tries to hold off the 11T of Ryan Fleming. Matt Lux, tonight's VMS Quick Time Qualifier, started on the outside of row number 2 in the 4th position. Took the lead a couple laps to go, trying to hold off Cale Coons in that 63. Cale Coons running a little bit lower in turns 1 and 2, trying to close in. Better off of turn number 2 is Matt Lux. White flag out. 1 lap to go for the 5 of Matt Lux as he continues to try to hold off the 63 of Cale Coons. Chet Gerke now settling into that 3rd position. Matt Lux into turn number 3. Coming off of turn number 4, Matt Lux will pick up heat race number 1. Cale Coons 2nd, Chet Gerke 3rd. So unofficial finish for Performance Electronics heat race number 1 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Picking up the heat race win was the 5 of Matt Lux, 2nd to the 63 of Cale Coons, Chet Gerke 3rd in the 93C, 4th to Carl Peterson, 5th to Ryan Fleming, 6th to Cody Dye, and Zachary Sims coming home 7th. Heat race number 2 of 3 on track for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Heat race number 2 presented by Stifel Home and Auto. The bonus for the competitive heat race number 2 is sponsored by Stifel Home and Auto LLC of Piqua, Ohio, specializing in home and auto service repair and consultation. Starting lineup on the inside of the front row out of Ottawa, Ohio, driving the Heitzman Family Farms, Hancock Wood Electric Cooperative, Angola Screen Printing. It's a 0-1 of Ryan Moran. Outside of row number 1, out of Rushville, Indiana, driving the Market Street Auto King Garage, ASC Graphics, Linda and Paul Peterson, 34. It's Tate Martz. Row number 2 on the inside out of Troy, Ohio, driving the Summit Industrial Flooring, Carbright, State Farm, Creative Labels, Double J Construction, Flyer Life Groups, Roofs Painting, American Advanced Assemblies. It's the 35 of BMAS, Bryce Massengill. Row number 2 on the outside out of Kansas City, Missouri, driving the Curtis Motor Sales, Advanced Racing Suspension, Superior Bearing and Supply, the Auto Spot. It's the 10 of Tyler Nelson. Row number 3 on the inside out of Jasper, Indiana, driving the Driftaway 2, Holzman Refrigeration, Slammer Sports Bar, Schnell Mechanical, Easttown Bull, Sherman Race Cars. It's the 97 of Nolan Kiefer. Final starter for heat race number 2 out of Troy, Ohio, driving the White Hat Industrial, Harlow Builders, Primary Eye Care, Carbright, CertaPro Painters. It's the 55S of Braden Schwartz. So again, 6 cars, 8 laps. All cars transfer to tonight's 8 main. Top 3 will go to a redraw to determine positions 1 through 9 in tonight's 25-lap A main. Bryce Massengill, the current points leader with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, has 1 win on the season, coming back on April 19th at Moeller Raceway Park. He's going to start on the inside of row number 2. Tate Martz on the outside of row number 2, a former feature winner at Gas City I-69 Speedway a year ago. So green flag set to fly this time by. 6 cars again, 8 laps. Top 3 to the redraw. Ryan Moran, Tate Martz, Bryce Massengill, Tyler Nelson, Nolan Kiefer, and Braden Schwartz. As they pace their way to turn number 3, gets to the cone. Green flag out for heat race number 2. It'll be Tate Martz off to the early race lead. To the inside is Bryce Massengill. Side by side down the backstretch. Massengill will take the lead as he heads into turn number 3. Tate Martz falls back into second. Tyler Nelson running third as single file into turn 1. All drivers running that inside line, unlike what we saw in heat race number 1, as Bryce Massengill continues to lead the way in that baby blue number 35. Tyler Nelson in car number 10 holds on to that final transfer, the final redraw spot. Again, any driver who finishes in top 3 of their heat race could potentially start on the pole on tonight's 25-lap A main. Bryce Massengill leading the way, but not really pulling away from the 34 of Tate Martz. Both of those drivers, former feature winners. Bryce Massengill and Matt Lux, the only 2 drivers here tonight with wins on the season with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. The other winner is Zach Weigel, last year's champion, not in attendance tonight. I believe he ran Millbridge a night ago. Top 3 grouping up, no change as Bryce Massengill continues to lead the way. Tate Martz doing everything he can to close in that gap with about a lap and a half to go. Bryce Massengill will see the white flag this time by. Tate Martz closes in a little bit on quarter entry, loses that ground on quarter exit as Bryce Massengill is a little bit better. Massengill to the inside, running as low as he can off of turn number 4. Bryce Massengill will pick up the heat race win. Tate Martz second, Tyler Nelson third. Ryan Moran fourth. Unofficial finish for heat race number 2, picking up the heat race win. Out of Troy, Ohio, it's the 35 of Bryce Massengill. Finishing second was the 34 of Tate Martz. Third to the 10 of Tyler Nelson. Fourth to the 01 of Ryan Moran. Fifth to the 97 of Nolan Kiefer. Finishing sixth with the 55S of Braden Schwartz. One more heat race for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Working their way onto the front stretch. Heat race number 3, presented by the Hoosier Auto Race fans. Hoosier Auto Race fans, established in 1951, otherwise known as HARF. HARF is dedicated to advancing auto racing through recognizing its designated HARF Night victors, including a huge year-end banquet honoring track champions and other awards, including HARF Driver of the Year. Members receive track admission discounts in exchange for a $20 membership. For more information, go to www.harfracing.com. So here is the starting lineup for heat race number 3 presented by the Hoosier Auto Race fans. Front row. Inside of the front row out of Delphus, Ohio, driving the Interstate Truck Source, Advanced Building Corporation, Ollie's Mobile Repair, Selking International, National Warehouse Logistics, Cisco Realty, Stream Realty, M&M Autos, Blings and Things, American Dream Autosport. It's the 55 of Paige Perrine. Row number 1 on the outside. Out of Winder, Georgia, driving the Fedorchuk Racing, carvings by Joe Whitler, rubber band wallet, CP Mobile Shrink Wrap. It's the 21 of Michael Magic. Inside of the second row, out of Covington, Ohio, driving the Brewhouse drive-thru, Daughters Bay Resort, Site X, Performance Powder Coating. It's the 36 of Ian Krieger. Outside of row number 2, out of Columbus, Ohio, driving the Hinchman uniforms, Locked-in Benefits. It's the 3E of Alex Watson. Row number 3 on the inside of Brookville, Ohio, in the Advanced Racing Suspension. It's the 7M of Cole Morgan. Final starter at heat race number 3 out of Plainfield, Indiana, driving car number 4. It's Bruce Sims. So again, 6 drivers, 8 laps. All cars transfer. Top 3 will go to a redraw. The 7M of Cole Morgan having issues in his hot lap qualifying session. Don't believe he took a time. We'll see if he's able to be competitive in this heat race. Everything seems to be okay right now for the 7M of Cole Morgan. Cole Morgan with 1 VMS QuickTime Qualifier Award. That coming back at Moeller Raceway Park on April 19th. So green flag set to fly this time by. Again, 6 drivers, 8 laps. All cars transfer. Top 3 to tonight's redraw for our 25-lap A main. Paige Perrine, Michael Magic, Ian Krieger, Alex Watson, Cole Morgan, and Bruce Sims. Slow pace as they get to the code at turn number 4. Green flag. Paige Perrine is going to lose that lead. He's going to fall back to third as he's 3 wide, battling for that third position. Michael Magic, normally running his family-owned number 5, jumping into the Fedorchuk Racing number 21, and he will lead lap number 1. Alex Watson in the family-owned number 3E running second. Ian Krieger third. Paige Perrine started on the inside of the front row, back to fourth as he tries to hold off the 7M of Cole Morgan, who still may be battling some mechanical issues. Side by side, nearly to turn number 3. Getting out of the gas was Ian Krieger. He thought better of it, so holding on to that second position as of now is that 3E of Alex Watson. Alex Watson, best start of the season, was a second position start at Waynesfield Raceway Park. He ended up finishing 4th in that race. Fedorchuk Racing, number 21 of Michael Magic, continuing to pull away. Alex Watson trying to pull away. He has some issues on corner exit off of turn number 2. Ian Krieger closes in. Paige Perrine still holding on to 4th. Tough heat race for Paige Perrine. Had high expectations for this race. Had a good qualifying run. Qualified well in his group, but unfortunately was unable to hold on to the race lead on lap number 1. Lap and a half to go as Michael Magic will see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go for the Fedorchuk Racing 21 of Michael Magic. Alex Watson running second, Ian Krieger third. Best battle on the racetrack is for that second position. Michael Magic into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, Michael Magic will pick up HARF Racing heat race number 3 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Alex Watson second, Ian Krieger third, Paige Perrine 4th, Cole Morgan 5th. So unofficial finish for HARF Racing heat race number 3 for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Finishing 6th was the 4 of Bruce Sims. 5th to the 7M of Cole Morgan. 4th to the 55 of Paige Perrine, 3rd to the 36 of Ian Krieger, 2nd to the 3E of Alex Watson, and picking up HARF Racing heat race number 3 victory out of Winder, Georgia. It's the Fedorchuk Racing number 21 of Michael Magic. So that concludes heat race competition tonight for both the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series as well as the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets presented by Performance Electronics. Going to turn things back over here to Tori Stiles.
Thank you, Christian Dunn. Welcome to Circle City Raceway. Bit of break in the action. As you see, going to do a little track prep, clean off the wall a bit, a little bit of sprinkle tinkle to get things a little bit damp out there. Going to get ready for the redraw down there track side for the midgets. Get that one taken care of. Still got the ready to feed you and drink you and do all the other goodies to get that taken care of. Remember, if you do get the adult beverages, make sure you got the ID to allow you to get that. And 2, make sure you got a designated driver for the trip home. We want every last one of you to be able to be out here next week. We're out here next Friday night, May 31st, Memorial. I'm not sure anymore what they call them the holidays.
$1,000 are on the line during the USAC NOS Energy Drink Hoosier Trifecta. USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship competitors will be racing for major prizes across 3 marquee events in the state of Indiana in August, September, and October. The Elliott Custom Trailer and Kart Sprint Car Smackdown will pay $30 grand to win at Kokomo Speedway on Saturday, August 24th. At Tri-State Speedway, the winner stakes are $20,000 for the Hobstadt Hustler on Saturday, September 14th. Another $20,000 winner share is posted for the Fall Nationals at Lawrenceburg Speedway, set to go on Saturday, October 12th. Furthermore, winning all 3 can net a driver a bonus up to $30,000. The USAC NOS Energy Drink Hoosier Trifecta and drivers shooting for $100,000. It's coming to Kokomo, Tri-State, and Lawrenceburg in 2024. Don't miss it.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. Amsoil specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Car IQ Pay allows people to pay for all vehicle expenses without a credit card or a fuel card. As an all-in-one payment solution, Car IQ Pay takes care of every step of the fueling journey, from station routing to payment and fraud prevention to simplification to back-end reconciliations. Drivers can find the nearest fuel station right on the app's fuel map, or even filter locations based on their preferred merchant or fuel type. It's seamless. Just a quick enter of the pump number and you're ready to fuel up. Car IQ Pay generates an automatic virtual receipt that enters into a single transaction ledger, giving fleet operators a complete simplified view of their total spend. What's even more, Car IQ Pay gathers vehicle data to give fleets complete transparency into their fleet, from route behavior to overall share of wallet. Car IQ, the better way for fleets to pay. Find out more at gocariq.com.
Honest Abe Roofing is America's favorite roofing company.
They took the time to discuss all of our needs.
I couldn't be happier with my new roof.
The best part? They came in under budget.
Honest Abe Roofing helped us with their easy payment solutions, and now we can make low payments on the roof that we actually wanted.
I guarantee you'll get the best price for your roof. That's what my ironclad lowest investment guarantee is all about.
Race fans, use code RACE for 10% off of a full roof replacement from our executive collection.
We have a Max Pappas Innovations MPI Rookie of the Year, and that's Gavin Miller. Of rookies of this race, of the people who have never run this race until this very day, he is the highest finishing one, Chet.
Welcome to our world. A world of dirt, drift, and dodging fate. A world where all of motorsport collides. A world of digging deep, of grit, glory, and bitter defeat. Inhabited by the strong, the fearless, the barely sane. Welcome to our world. Welcome to the world of NOS.
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Yes! Hon, the WeatherTech's here.
WeatherTech is the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Laser-measured floor liners, no-drill mud flaps, cargo liner, bump step, seat protector, and cup phone.
What about my car?
WeatherTech.
Four drivers going to advance on out of this lineup, set to roll to the green like this. Driving the poles out of Coleman, Alabama. The Inferno Armor Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Centers, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, number 3 R. It's going to be Kevin Thomas Jr. Lining up to his right, it'll be Mitchell Moles. He's out of Raisin City, California. Driving the AME Electrical, Pacific Valley Transportation, Stanton Spike, number 19 AZ. Second row from the inside, Anton Hernandez. He's out of Arlington, Texas. And the Baldwin Fox Racing, Kane Automotive, Fox Paving, number 5. And from fourth, it'll be Matt Goodnight. He's out of Winchester, Indiana. Driving the Lumber and Things, Claxon DRC Chassis, number 39. Rylan Gray lines up fifth at Greenfield, Indiana. The Gray Auto, Lucky 7 Technologies, 06. And for the sixth starting spot, Harley Burns out of Brazil, Indiana. Driving the Youngblood Farms at DRC Chassis, number 16. The 24M, Hunter Maddox out of Bedford, Indiana. Goes for the inside of row number 4 in the Auto Credit Airmaster Heating and AC entry. And outside of him will be Colin Grissom out of Anderson, Indiana. The Purdue Farms, Claxon DRC Chassis 00. Zach Pretorius in the 9 out of Yorktown, Indiana. Driving the Oak Motors, Pizza King Claxon number 9Z. He'll go from the 9th starting spot. And from 10th, that'll be Gabriel Gilbert out of Greenwood, Indiana. Driving the Hawk Chassis Chevrolet number 10G. Kayla Rell in the 5 out of Dillsboro, Indiana, driving the Pool Group General Contractors. Davis Brothers, Southern Insurance, number 5K for the inside of row number 6, and next to her, Logan Calderwood out of Goodyear, Arizona, the MP Environmental One-Way Triple X Chassis, number 73. Final row for the inside, scheduled B, Lee Dacus. He's out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, driving the Dacus Open Wheel Motorsports DRC Chassis number 21X. And your final starter set to be Kyle Johnson out of Greencastle, Indiana, the Jack's Trash Chevrolet DRC Chassis number 99J. As that'll be your scheduled lineup here in Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. Again, 12 laps, 4 drivers going to move on. Joining me on the call with the driver's perspective here, normally seen behind the wheel of that number 88J machine, we have Joey Amantia coming on board here to give a little insight from the driver's perspective here. Hello, Joey.
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Doing all right, doing all right. It's always nice sometimes to have a driver come up and just give some insight as to what's going on the track, where we can ask, like, okay, what would you do in this situation? What do you think the car is doing? Where do you think they're at? And kind of look into this lineup. Obviously, the front row reserved for your quickest qualifying drivers not making it out. Thomas was 3rd in qualifying. Moles, he was 9th, so they go to the front row. You've got Hernandez and Goodnight in row number 2. Gray, Burns, Maddox, Grissom. Everybody in this field in contention to move on. Just a lot of mechanical issues, it seems like, tonight for drivers.
100%. I mean, we're pitted next to KTJ back in the pits, and they just replaced the front end, the entire rear end of that car, and, you know, to see them make it out for the B-main.
So with that, I believe Drake York with an update.
Thank you so much, Brian. And to touch on 2 drivers that have been quite interesting to follow all night. Kevin Thomas Jr., you just saw that report that we did on the broadcast. They have actually made it out for the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature, and he will roll from pole. But on the other side of the spectrum, we do have a scratch in this Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature, the 5K of Kayla Rell. You may remember late in her heat race, she was battling inside a transfer spot and unfortunately tangled with Zach Pretorius, ending her night. Mechanically, on the outside of the race car, everything external was just about okay, other than a left front torsion arm. But the kicker that has put her out of tonight is a broken steering box that they are not able to repair in time. Kayla's already back in the pit area in street clothes, so she is definitely done for the night. Tough break for Kayla, as that's been one of her best runs so far this season with the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Series cut short.
Thank you very much. And indeed, as driver moving up out of that D2 Thunder Midget ranks over the last couple of years, starting to dabble more in the sprint car side of it, getting hooked up with KO Motorsports in the number 5 machine. So hopefully we'll see her a little on down the road. Of course, we'll be back in action here. Sprint week going to be here before you know it. We got Midget week coming up as well. But of course, we got Knoxville coming up next weekend.
Yeah, that's been a bucket list track of mine for a long time. Haven't been there yet, so pretty excited for that. I think the USAC Amsoil Sprint Cars are going to put on an awesome show for the fans. Knoxville, just obviously one of the most famous sprint car tracks in the country. It's just an awesome place to be.
The Avante Windows and Doors Corn Belt Clash, May 31st and June 1st. 8,000 to win Friday night, 12,000 to win Saturday. And there's money stacked all the way through that one. But you're kind of a big track guy yourself. You got a win earlier this year at Port Royal with the USAC East Coast Sprint Cars.
Yeah, these past few years I've, settled into the half miles pretty good, especially being from Pennsylvania, having some of the most famous half miles like Sealands Grove, Williams Grove, Port Royal. Our JPA masonry team has really taken well to them, and we're finally starting to figure out our short track package here. Today was kind of a struggle. Thought we were good in qualifying, and turns out we just weren't fast, but for the heat race, found some speed on the top there at the end, ended up charging 7th to 4th, and I think you're kind of going to see that out of your front two starters here. They just put some water down on the top and the bottom of the track, so expect Mitchell Moles and KTJ to put on a show for you fans.
So kind of following the same pattern as last night after the heat's coming out, applying just that little bit of water. The nice thing about their water truck is they're able to go back and really kind of lock down the amount of water that comes out so you don't get a full-on soak. You just get that mist, so they're able to come out and kind of condition the track and make it move on through the night. So field getting lined up and ready to go here. Give them a couple of more laps to assess here.
Now, I think, too, somebody that might charge through the field is Hunter Maddox. He's had speed recently with the USAC series, and I think starting 7th, I believe. Expect him to charge to the front here.
So 4 drivers going to move on, and looks like caution light's going to go ahead and go dark. The Toyota Racing Development pace truck going to make its way down into the infield. So again, Thomas, Moles on that front row. Hernandez, Goodnight, Gray, Burns, Maddox, Grissom, Pretorius, Gilbert, then Calderwood, Dacus, and Johnson. As we go to green, 12 times the distance. Here we go. Field going to make its way off into turns 1 and 2. It will be the Inferno Armor number 3 jumping out to the early advantage. Battle for that second spot. You got one inside, one outside. Advantage to the inside. Anton Hernandez now going to swing it wide. He's going to have a challenge now to his inside for a moment. The 19 AZ was there, couldn't quite get it done.
Rylan Gray mid-pack trying the top right now. Just got a run on the top coming out of 2. He's going for the final transfer spot going into 3.
Into turns 3 and 4. Gray coming after the 16 here again. 4 drivers going to move on. Harley Burns next in line. Down around the bottom side of the speedway. Hernandez holds on to that second spot. Up front, though, Kevin Thomas Jr. Christie went down and actually asked him, hey, what happened? He wasn't even quite sure what happened. All of a sudden, she just locked up and went to the wall. They made repairs, and right now he is setting sail on this one. 1.6 seconds to the good, as we're going to keep an eye on that transfer spot still up for grabs.
100%. They are getting ready to wage war coming into turn 1 here. Expect Rylan Gay the next lap or 2 to really put a charge on the number 16 car, especially right now. Coming at it, too. He's got him.
I was going to say, you just called it, and from your perspective as a driver kind of watching him, was he kind of laying in the weeds or just kind of getting his momentum built up?
100%. Circle City's a real small track, so making a mistake is very easy, especially on the cushion. So if you make just that little bit, you lose a lot of ground, but Ryland's really taking to the cushion really well, and he's actually tracking down 3rd and 2nd right now.
Speaking of the cushion, Hernandez vacating the bottom and up to the top right now. He's going to fend off the charge. The repeated attempts of Mitchell Moles to take that spot away. Transfer spot still not secured for Rylan Gray. A little bit of slip of the grip, and that allows the 16 Harley Burns to close in, as now you've got Matt Goodnight trying to make that a 3-car fight.
100%. You can see how quickly the track is blowing off here to the cushion. That little bit of moisture they put on the bottom of the track doesn't seem to have stuck well, but the top is getting faster and faster every lap with KTJ approaching lap traffic.
And last night we saw where in the main event they came out and the bottom actually stayed for quite a while. Eventually did kind of migrate up to the top, but it seemed like the bottom came back in a little bit as Moles takes that position away.
100%. And come feature time, it's going to be around the bottom, middle, and top. We got a caution in turn 3 and 4.
Driver spinning around to the bottom side of the speedway, just inside of the track. That is the 00 Colin Grissom. About to comment that Kevin was coming up on traffic, but now traffic not going to be an issue here, as we'll have 3 laps remain and we get ready to go back to green. Again, Grissom with the 00 spinning just inside of the speedway, puts himself in a shooting gallery. He will get it pointed back straight and refire here. So Kevin Thomas had a little over a 2-second advantage last time at the start-finish line. Good battle for second. Moles finally getting away from Hernandez. Rylan Gray now built that momentum on the high side. and you called it right as he pulled the trigger on it. But now going to have Burns and Goodnight right on his back bumper.
Yeah, this B-main restarts are always essential for the transfer spot because you got the guy on the bubble trying to predict where the guy in 5th is going to go. It's always a difficult task, but, being in the B-main a couple days ago, I'm putting myself in KTJ's shoes right now. He's kind of testing out the waters of what the feature track is going to do, so see him to move around a little bit. Mitchell Moles will do the same thing, but I'd say Hernandez and Gray right now are definitely trying to protect.
Field around to the NOS Energy start can, working onto the front straightaways. We go back to green. And here we go. Gray down to the bottom, like you said, really trying to protect him. Maybe the door opening for a shot at 3rd. Got a shut on him, though, as they work into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, Gray's just running the bottom right now, protecting, and I think it's working out for him because not really a challenge, actually, except the 16 just pulled up to his back bumper, but Hernandez looks like he almost messed up on the top there for 3rd.
Right in his tire tracks, though, nowhere to really go. Once he got to the back bumper, couldn't just step out and try to make a move. Now going to try to build that momentum on the outside as they come to the white flag. Gray so far holds on to us again. Burns down to the bottom, right in his tire tracks, but through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag going to fly in this one. He'll slide himself on turn number 4, and Kevin Thomas Jr. going to move on for the transfer spot at the line. It is going to be Harley Burns.
Wow, what a finish there. That was definitely exciting. Burns just got a hell of a run through 3 and 4 and allowed him to arc off the top of 4 and cut under Gray just at the line.
0.012 seconds by the transponder at the line. Burns going to pick up the final transfer spot. Hernandez in 3rd, Moles in 2nd. And your winner in that one comes to you out of Coleman, Alabama. Driving the Inferno Armor Lynch Machining Stanton Mach 1 number 3. Our race fans, give him a hand, Kevin Thomas Jr. So Kevin Thomas with the win, Mitchell Moles in 2nd, Anton Hernandez, Harley Burns, Rylan Gray, Hunter Maddox, Matt Goodnight, Zach Pretorius, Lee Dacus, and Logan Calderwood going to be your top 10 in your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. Joey, thank you so much for joining me up here.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I've always wanted to try this, and it's definitely harder than it sounds.
Getting a look at the replay here at that charge for the transfer spot. Man, thought Gray had it locked up maybe there on the last lap. Then went into 1 and 2. They both kind of vied down to the bottom and went in and actually, you see drivers do this a lot, and you can attest to this. You go in and kind of slide yourself, trying to protect from that slide, and instead didn't realize that he was about to have somebody turn underneath him.
Yeah, and it's so hard in Ryland's position there to predict really what the 16 was going to do. I've been in that position myself, getting nipped at the line and nipping others at the line. So definitely a shame for him, but 16 in the show, and I'm sure he's pumped back there right now.
You have got a race to get ready for, my man.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Again,
Thank you.
Joey Mancia joining me on the broadcast here tonight. And always cool to be able to have a driver come up and weigh in and talk about what's going on the track from their perspective. So, thank you. So here on the FloRacing broadcast, we're going to have a brief break in the action. They're going to come out and do a little bit more work on the racetrack. About 10 minutes, give or take here. As we'll be back with more live from Circle City.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download in Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Happy 20th anniversary, Elliott's. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts is proud to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Centrally located and woman-owned, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts provides a customer-focused buying experience that showcases quality products, craftsmanship, and a first-class sales staff. From the best in golf cart brands, heavy and lightweight trailers, roadworthy RVs, and custom race trailers, Elliott Custom Trailers and Carts can cover all of your recreational vehicle needs.
Congratulations, Elliott's. 20 years. 20 years. 20 years. 20 years.
20 years.
Make plans now to join Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts on June 8th as they celebrate their 20th anniversary. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts is located at 3955 Corridor Drive in Warsaw, Indiana. Can't join Elliott's in person on June 8th? Visit them online anytime at elliott'scustomtrailers.com.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com.
We have a Max Pappas Innovations MPI Rookie of the Year, and that's Gavin Miller. Of rookies of this race, of the people who have never run this race until this very day, he is the highest finishing one, Chet.
Welcome to our world. A world of dirt, drift, and dodging fate. A world where all of motorsport collides. A world of digging deep, of grit, glory, and bitter defeat. Inhabited by the strong, the fearless, the barely sane. Welcome to our world. Welcome to the world of NOS.
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Here at Honda Off-Road Factory Racing, we use Steel It.
In 2005 that we started TrailerAlarms.com, and we started it to help racers, race fans, and more protect their trailers, cars, and equipment. We'd like to invite you to check out our 2-time global award-winning trailer security system. We're American-made and the only trailer security system in the world with more than a 1-year warranty. Just visit TrailerAlarms.com today or contact Lyle for more information.
The weather tech's here.
WeatherTech is the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Laser measured floor liners, no drill mud flaps, cargo liner, bump step, seat protector, and cup phone.
What about my car?
WeatherTech.
So track prep starting to finish up here as we are just about ready to roll into tonight's 40-lap Circle City Salute Championship with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. Don't forget, tomorrow, the Champ Car is back on track. Silver Crown Series is going to be at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park for the Hoosier 100. $25,000 on the line for the winner. And a lot of other goodies up for grabs as well. Sprint cars back on track at Knoxville Raceway next Friday and Saturday night. The Avante Window and Doors Corn Belt Clash, May 31st and June 1st, 8,000 win night number 1 and 12,000 win night number 2. And that is a part of the Bubby Jones Master Going Faster presented by Spire Sports and Entertainment. Saturday night, a part of that little mini championship bonus, a nice $10,000 check up for grabs. Once we get done in Knoxville, that's when things really get busy. Of course, you can see the entire lineup at USACRacing.com. Make sure to find us on Facebook, on X, and Instagram as well. Speaking of busy, Indiana Midget Week coming up featuring the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. Back here on June 4th. Be a Tuesday night of racing action here at Circle City with the toughest national midget drivers in the country. June 5th at Lawrenceburg, June 6th at Lincoln Park, June 7th at Bloomington, June 8th at Tri-State, and in out June 9th up at Kokomo Speedway. So a lot of racing action yet to come. And of course, you can again see all the schedules for all of our national and regional series at USACRacing.com. Once we get done with Midget Week, it is a quick jaunt to Eastern Storm. Grandview on June 11th, Bridgeport on June 12th, Big Diamond on June 13th, Williams Grove on June 14th, Port Royal on June 15th. End things out on June 16th. Be over at Action Track USA. So the field will begin to make its way out to the Speedway. A $10,000 check awaiting tonight's winner. And ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup in the Circle City Salute. The driver on the pole tonight comes to you out of Princeton, Indiana. He pilots the Avante Window and Door, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Mach 1 Stat number 3P. It's going to be Kyle Cummins. Lining up next to him, out of Kansas, Illinois, the Epperson Painting Incorporated, Claxton DRC Chassis, M2 Bearings, PPG number 2E. It's the Throttle, Shane Cottle. Going to row number 2 for the inside, you'll find Logan Seavey out of Sutter, California. He pilots the Abacus Racing, Indy Custom Stone, CGCPAs, MPV Express, High Performance Lubricants, number 57. Lining up next to him out of Littleton, Colorado in the 15, that is going to be Carson Garrett. Garrett in the Altos Power Equipment, Hornbeck Concrete, Lugs Lawn Care, number 15 machine. Looking at row number 3, last night's feature winner, looking for the sweep out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Telstar Technologies, Davis Brothers, Fatheads, Hobson Family, number 69. It'll be the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Off to his right, CJ Larry out of Greenfield, Indiana, the Altos Power Equipment, BGE Darty Motorsports, Hornbeck Concrete, Valvoline, number 15X. He'll go from the 6th starting spot tonight. Inside of your next row, Dason Persley out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Apache Transport. Autostrap Chalk, Amsoil, Beaver Stripes, Western Diversify, number 21, AZ. Persley out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. And outside of him, it'll be Robert Ballou out of Rockland, California, the Suburban Subaru, Deaton's Waterfront Services, Donut DRC Chassis, Hitchman Indy, number 12. Looking to your fifth row, ninth starting spot, Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, driving the Morris Farms, D-Transport, J&M Racing, the CVL Transportation, number 41. And next to him, it will be Chase Stockin out of Fort Branch, Indiana, the Bandit Ag, Fisher DRC Chassis, Amsoil, the Wig Meats, number 5S. Kevin Thomas Jr. to Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Center, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, number 3R. It will go from the 11th starting spot, and from 12th, you'll find Justin Grant out of Ione, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Bow Foundation, Indy Custom Stone Pro Source, Top Motorsports, number 4. Mitchell Moles, driver to Raisin City, California, the AME Electrical, the CMLA Transportation, Stanton Spike, number 19 AZ, goes from 13th. From 14th, that's going to be Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana, the Lifestyle Homes, Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Evan Jackson Maxim, Doty Graphics, number 17 GP. Anton Hernandez out of Arlington, Texas, the Baldwin Fox Racing, Kane Automotive, Fox Paving, DRC Chassis, number 5. Goes for the inside of row number 8, and to his right, that's going to be Matt Westfall out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio, the Ray Marshall Motorsports, Gressman DRC Chassis, number 33M. Row 9 for the inside, you'll find Brandon Maddox out of Terre Haute, Indiana, driver of the Maddox Heating and Cooling, Gressman DRC Chassis, number 28. By his right rear, that's going to be Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California, the Honest Abe Roofing, Bennick Enterprises, Claxon DRC Chassis, number 2B. Lining up 19th, he comes to you out of Buckeye, Arizona, driving the MP Environmental, Black Magic Beadbreaker, Gressman Triple X Chassis, number 47. It's going to be Charles Davis Jr. And going from the 20th spot tonight, Brent Beauchamp out of Fairland, Indiana, the Day-by-Day Plumbing and Pressure Washing, Wicks Filter, CSI, Willwood, Lauren Beauchamp owned, number 11. Joey Amantia out of Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, the JPA Masonry, Triple X Newman's, number 88J from the inside of row number 11. Outside of him, Frankie Guarini out of San Rafael, California, driver the Z-Max, DRC Chassis, FK Indy, number 63. Final row for the inside, that's going to be Chance Crum out of Snohomish, Washington, the Rudine Racing, Scott Baylor, Triple X, number 26. And your final starter set to be Harley Burns out of Brazil, Indiana, driving the Oakwood Farms at DRC Timberland Lumber Company, number 16. As that'll be your lineup for tonight's Circle City Salute Championship feature event as we go down trackside to Drake.
Thank you so much, Brian. We'll get into our Dirt Draft 1 to watch, and I know Twitter is probably going to be mad at me for being lazy, but I'm going to go with the outside front row starter, the 2E, the throttle, Shane Cottle, earlier today in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. A very good qualifying effort. He wanted to be in that top 6. He got in that top 6. He started 5th in his heat race, and he would finish there to transfer into his feature event. Excuse me. Shane Cottle advanced through his heat race 5th to 5th, but you look at the last two Circle City races, and Shane Cottle has been a factor. Remember, September, he was so close to a win here and just lost it by that much to Logan Seavey coming to the checkered flag. Last night, started on the front row, led the first 2 laps, kind of fell back, but was coming on strong around the halfway point of this race, and unfortunately clipped the tire in turn number 3, and that was night basically done for Shane Cottle. But the track is going to be very wet, very fast to start in some spots, but once this track slows down, and remember, it's going to slow down a lot more because tonight is a 40-lap feature compared to last night's 30-lap feature event. I think Shane Cottle could find that line that he knows so well around the infield tires and pick himself up a win. It would be his first win since Gas City, Indiana Sprint Week in 2022. He rolls from the outside of the front row.
Thank you very much, Drake. I want to give a tip of the cap to Harley Burns. Remember, qualifying, something on the car came apart and barely getting that final transfer spot into the feature event. So fighting back from adversity and still making the show here tonight at Circle City. Once again, want to thank Baldwin Brothers for presenting the hard charger tonight. Last night and tonight, the Baldwin Brothers stepping up and kicking in and helping out the hard charger here this evening. So Kyle Cummins looking for retribution after last night, and that number 3P from battling at the front ended up with a 22nd place finish after contact with the wall. Cottle, likewise, as Drake mentioned, found that infield tire last night. Goes to the right of run number 1, Seavey. Garrett in run number 2, Bacon, Leary, run number 3, Pursley, Ballou, run number 4, Lewis, Stockin, run number 5, Thomas, then Grant, Bowles, then Rogers, Hernandez and Westfall, run number 8, row 9, Maddox and Swanson, row 10, Davidson, Beauchamp, Amantia, Guarini, Crum, and Burns. Couple of drivers working on getting into their proper starting position. Round 14 on the 2024 racing season. Don't forget the next event for the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship of the Sprint Car Capital of the World, the Avante Windows and Doors Corn Belt Clash, May 31st and June 1st. Tickets on sale now at KnoxvilleRaceway.com. So field working into turns 1 and 2, and from side by side, they'll break rank, and they will take it 4 wide. Ladies and gentlemen, the drivers thank you. Their salute to you for coming out to enjoy tonight's racing action. Of the drivers come around, race fans, it's time to rise to your feet. It's time to make some noise for the driving stars of the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. Toyota Racing Development pace truck will begin to speed away and down into the infield. Field side by side, the caution lights go dark. Race fans here at the Circle City Salute, it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 40 trips around Circle City Raceway, because race fans, this is what you saved your lunch money for. Field off and running into turns 1 and 2, a little bump and run as Cummins took it up in front of the 2. He had Cottle giving a shot to the shorts there as they worked into turns 1 and 2. Up on the high side rolls Seavey, chasing him, going to be Bacon. Lap number 1, it's going to be Cummins with the advantage. Cottle running in second, Seavey right there in third, Brady Bacon running in fourth. You'll have a battle for the 5th spot. Dason Pursley going to take it. It's Carson Garrett last time at the start-finish line. Cummins moving his line around now, going to go top shelf as they work into turns 1 and 2. Seavey going to try to peek down on that middle groove. Nothing happened. Pass for the 3rd spot. Brady Bacon taking it for Shane Cottle. Working lap number 3. It is the Avante Windows and Doors number 3P in command of the Abacus Racing number 57. Then it will be the Hoffman number 69 sitting in that 3rd spot. Cottle still running in 4th, round the bottom, chasing him. The Team Arizona Racing number 21 AZ of Dason Pursley. Pursley getting a run off of turn number 4. Shane Cottle across the racetrack, blocks the charge. Now going to shift his lineup a little bit. He's going to go to the outside. Pursley going to try the bottom. Advantage will be to Cottle. Up front, still the 3P, Kyle Cummins. Seavey keeping him within striking distance as they work into turns 1 and 2. Seavey in that 57. Picking up the win at Terre Haute to start off the week. Crossing 11th last night, looking to make up for lost time here tonight. Goes to the inside with a slide. Your leader banks it off the wall. That pushes him down the back straightaway and back into the race lead. Kyle Cummins using the concrete a little bit to his advantage there as Seavey trying to pull the trigger on him. Bacon watching him as they're battling. That allowed Bacon to close a couple of car links on him. This time, smooth run through turns 1 and 2, all the way buried into the cushion for Kyle Cummins. Seavey still right there stalking as traffic starting to come into view. They'll complete lap number 8. It is Cummins, Seavey, then Bacon. Then it will be Cottle and Pursley dicing it up. Pursley at the line over Cottle for the 4th spot. Down to the bottom goes the 21, to the high side goes the 2. The advantage will be the Pursley to the back straightaway. Leary, Ballou, Lewis, Stockin. That was your top 10. Up into the cushion and big time bobble by the 15. Carson Garrett thought he was going to find the wall there for a second. Open the door for CJ Leary to make his way by as we've got one parked inside of the racetrack over in turns 3 and 4. That's Amantia. Joey Amantia going around, parking just inside of the racetrack. He was running 20th. So we'll get the Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania driver pointed back in the right direction. Logan Seavey tried for it, couldn't quite clear though. Cummins able to race back by and hold on to the race lead. We got 9 laps completed. Seavey in second. Bacon in third. Pursley in fourth. Cottle in fifth. Leary taking over the 6th spot from Carson Garrett. Garrett kind of stuffed her off in the cushion over in turns 3 and 4. And Leary with Kyle Cummins in search of his first USAC national win of the season. Has 2 career victories here at Circle City, trying to make it 3. We go back to green. Top 2 drivers go to the high side. Bacon breaks rank. It goes down to the bottom. Not able to hang with your top 2 drivers as they'll run right in each other's tire tracks around to the front straightaway. Seavey, does he try anything at a 1-2? He does. Here's the slide for the top spot. He's got it off of turn number 2. Cummins going to come back to his inside. Not able to get there fast enough. Logan Seavey going to take over at the front of the field. Kyle Cummins going to fall to second. Brady Bacon's got company now. Here comes Dason Pursley to the inside at 21. Trying to get a run in the 69. Bacon up on the cushion. Pursley down to the bottom. It will be to the advantage of Brady Bacon. They'll switch lines now to the bottom over in turns 3 and 4. Up front, Logan Seavey trying to grab another one here. 7 wins on the season between midget and sprint car competition. One is prelim night, one the Chili Bowl. Back-to-back champions there. Pair wins at Volusia. May 10th at Bloomington. Midget win at Sweet Springs. And again, won the Holman Classic to start the week. He's going to gap Kyle Cummins by about a straightaway. As Cummins, a little bit of a hiccup there on the cushion. Race for third, still ongoing in this one. Brady Bacon holding on to it. Dason Pursley, who was on the bottom earlier, now working the high side. So switching lines up here. And both drivers able to utilize top to bottom of the speedway here. Run around to the front straightaway, he's got it. Team Arizona Racing number 21 AZ up onto the bronze step here. Bacon going to fall back to 4th. CJ Leary still running in that 5th position. Ricky Lewis, meanwhile, has worked his way up into 6th, restarted 8th. Shane Cottle back to 7th. Carson Garrett back to 8th. Robert Blue in 9th. And Kevin Thomas Jr. never had to race his way in out of the Elias Custom Trailers and Karts semi-feature event. By his time, started 11th. But he has now cracked the top 10 as traffic starting to come into view. About a half a lap away from starting to become an issue for your leader. Seavey completes lap number 18. Halfway coming in this one. And Seavey's advantage 1.867 seconds. And here we go. High-speed chess underway. They are side by side. They were 3 wide for a moment in front of your leader. Cummins 1.908 trailing right now. Does this allow him to close in and try something here? Trying to thread the needle on slower cars. Works by the 63 of Guarini. Cummins 1.9 seconds last time. It is 1.4 seconds, so able to make up a little bit of time here. Actually still running in 3rd. Brady Bacon still running in 4th. And CJ Leary still completing your top 5. Back up on the cushion goes your leader as they're still side by side in front of him. Amantia bringing out the caution a few laps ago here. Works the outside on the 47 of Charles Davis Jr. Trying to work by those 2 drivers. He's going to roll to the middle of turns 3 and 4. Does he have enough bite to clear them both? He does. 3 wide in traffic. Amantia trying to stay on the lead lap. Was able to roll back by the 57 there for a moment. Now, Seavey able to make his way by. Amantia switching gears down to the bottom. He's going to try to see if he can make a run. Not happening though. Your leader able to clear. It was down to 1.4. It's back to 1.9 now between your top 2 drivers. Pursley trying to close in on Kyle Cummins. Trails him by a little less than a second right now. Going to switch tactics down to the bottom as they work through turns 3 and 4. There's the silver car of Guarini. Bacon trying to work to his outside. He's going to make him some ground on the 21 AZ right now. As the battle for second about to shape up. He was about 9/10 trailing. Now he was nearly side by side with him through turns 1 and 2. As Seavey comes around, he will click off lap number 25. We got 15 remaining in this one. Cummins using cars at the bottom of the racetrack as a pick. Fins off the charge of the 21 AZ, but now he's got a challenge to the inside. Brady Bacon switching things up again. Bacon back down to the bottom. Now going to go to the middle through turns 3 and 4. Davis all the way to the inside. Blocks the charge of the 69. Percy able to make his way by. Goes right up against the right side tires of the 47. Protects the bottom, pulls away from the 69 to the back straightaway. CJ Leary still rounding out your top 5 of this one. Lewis, Ballou, Cottle, Thomas, and Carson Garrett now your top 10. Logan Seavey quickly through traffic, 3.291 seconds is his advantage. Works by the 28 of Brandon Maddox. He has scored in the 19th position right now. Battle per second. He goes up and taps the wall over in turns 1 and 2. He will give the spot to Dason Pursley. Kyle Cummins last night, the concrete bit him tonight, is going to bite him again. Not quite as bad though, as he's going to fall back to third. Brady Bacon right there as well. Going to see if he can pick up one more and see if he can get another podium finish here tonight. Got the victory last night. Sitting just shy of show currently in the 69 as they work into turns 3 and 4. Bounces her off the wall again. And it's going to cost him one more. Brady Bacon works by for third. So Kyle Cummins has banked the Hoosier off of the concrete at both ends of the racetrack, and both times it has cost him a position. As Logan Seavey continues to utterly dominate in this one. 4.058 seconds with 9 laps remaining. It's about to be 8 to go. Off of the cushion hard, thought he was going to turn it into the wall. A great save by Logan Seavey over in turns 3 and 4. That could have gotten ugly in a hurry as that car whipped every direction but the right direction there for a moment. He's going to bring her back to the cushion through turns 3 and 4. Slower car still looming to his inside. He's got a couple of them up in front of him right now. 7 laps to go. Pursley making up a little bit of time here, down to 3.6 seconds. Brady Bacon trying to close in on him. Having to work to the high side as slower traffic works down to the bottom. Seavey working by the 33M. Matt Westfall, so he has lapped past the 17th position right now. It is an entire straightaway between your leader and the battle for second. Is Seavey now not all the way on the cushion. He's about 3/4 of the way up the racetrack over in turns 3 and 4. Enters to the middle at turn number 1. Stays to the middle over off at turn number 2. I have to wonder if the center of the track may be starting to clean off a little bit, as that's where your leader is going. That's where second and third are starting to migrate as well. Pursley down to the bottom. Bacon stays to that middle groove. Both drivers not able to get by the 88 of Amantia right now. So the center may be cleaning off a little bit here as Seavey coming up on more slower traffic with 3 laps remaining. He's got him side by side right in front of him. Close quarters still not able to clear that number 88 machine as that race for second. Off of the cushion goes the 26 of Chrome, the leader right to his inside. White flag coming this time for the number 57. Able to clear Amantia now goes Pursley as they work to the back straightaway. Bacon likewise going to make his way by one more time around. Brady Bacon with a pass to the inside for the second spot. Pursley got hung up on the outside as your leader works into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is going to fly for the 8th time this season. He's going to victory lane. Logan Seavey wins the Circle City Salute. Brady Bacon with the pass coming to the white flag takes second. Dason Pursley in third. Ricky Lewis in fourth, Robert Ballou in fifth, Kyle Cummins in sixth, CJ Leary in seventh, Chase Stockton in eighth, Carson Garrett in ninth, and Mitchell Moles going to round out your top 10 unofficially. So your winner, ladies and gentlemen, his 8th overall win on the season, his 15th in USAC National Sprint Car Competition, and his 2nd of the week. Comes to you out of Sutter, California. He pilots the Abacus Racing, Indy Custom Stone, CGCPAs, Dozers, Nuts and Bolts, Vortech Marketing, Fatheads, Rockwell Security, MPV Express, number 57 race fans. Give him a hand. Logan Seavey, your winner of the Circle City Salute. As he'll drop a donut in the fryer over in turn number 4. And he's going to bring it down to the front straightaway. What a drive tonight for Logan Seavey, winning by 4.266 seconds over Brady Bacon. And what a past 2 nights for Bacon. Win last night, second tonight. Looks like the Gorilla hopefully starting to climb off of his back here this season. Dason Pursley, another great run, crossing in third, but he's up and out of the car. Race fans, let him hear it. Logan Seavey. As he will jump down off of the car. Big hugs all around. And Christy, I believe in the dictionary they call that a whooping.
I think you're right, and it just seems like this crew is never any less excited. No matter how many wins they stack up on the board, they're all equally as special for this Abacus Racing 57 team with Logan Seavey behind the wheel of it. And Logan, it seems like you were able to make ground and pass cars to the middle side of the racetrack, but as soon as you had them behind you, you moved up to the top. What made the middle better for passing?
It's just tricky. I knew last night I was really bad all day. We sucked, and that was probably one of our worst days, just altogether worst nights, I feel like. And we went back to the drawing board and did a lot of stuff different. And, you know, I had a bunch of speed on the cushion, but this place, if you want to race and pass people, you got to be good everywhere. And we went to work and obviously put a whole night together that went really well there, timed in good. And then, yeah, you know, we could run the cushion really hard. And then we got really slick and clean. I could kind of peel off and run through the middle and just carry speed, which is what I struggled with last night. I could go cut the middle, and then I just didn't have any grip or speed. So, man, like I said, these guys just didn't give up. I know we were all scratching our heads last night. This thing's been so good everywhere. And this place kind of threw us for a little bit of a loop yesterday, but that's what great teams are made of, to come back the next day. It's nice to have it 2 days in a row so we can come right back and try stuff right away and get better. And sure enough, they did that really well.
As the laps wound down, it seemed like everybody kind of started to space out, especially you from second, third on back. Do you feel like it was really important to get out to that early lead for that reason?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, it kind of gets spaced out a little bit. And this place usually races really good, and it normally gets a big cushion and all that. But for whatever reason tonight, it was hard to carry speed up there. And just a little bit easier to run right through the middle. And every time I would look at the board, the pace is really slow, you know, when you get run to the middle like that. So I'd be looking at the screen, and they kept showing, you know, Brady and a few other guys racing in third or fourth. And I knew that, you know, they weren't showing me, which is usually a good thing. I didn't feel like I was running super fast. You know, I got behind Chance there, and he was right in the same line as I was, and he was blowing by guys with me, so I wasn't pushing too hard on him. And, yeah, I was just trying to, like I said, just trying to watch the board and watch other things and see if there's people running up the board or whatnot. But I felt so good in the middle. I figured I'd probably hear something. Like I said, as much as you're kind of idling around, you hear everything, you know, in the center of the corner. So if someone's really running hard, you'll be able to hear them. So, yeah, overall, like I said, a great bounce back. Come back here and win another race this week is really cool. Got a few more nights to go, but just can't thank these Advocates guys enough. Ronnie, Kirk, everybody who busts their butt on this thing. When I'm complaining yesterday, this sure makes up for it.
Another win on the season for Logan Seavey, and that continues to keep him in the lead of your Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Series points. He wins night number 2 of the Circle City Salute. Brady Bacon, last night's winner, going to come home in second place and kind of doing some chasing down there at the end. Got past Dason in those later laps. The top side of the racetrack, we saw it a couple times last night. It did reach out and bite. Do you feel like the margins were equally as thin tonight?
I think it was a little harder. It was a little packed, a little more solid tonight, so you couldn't really lean into it like you could before, and it was just a little trickier. Off of 4, there was almost nothing to get a hold of, and it was so thick getting into 3, you kind of were hanging out. And then that's why the middle kind of came in there at the end. It was just too hard to run the top. And, you know, by the time we got kind of sorted out there, second, third, fourth, Logan was already, you know, straight away ahead, and just got through picking through traffic by himself, and we were racing each other through traffic, so slowed our pace down a little bit. But happy with, you know, first and a second, we'll take it. Obviously a little more consistent than we've been with all of our problems we had earlier in the year, so glad to get a good solid weekend here, and we'll look forward to Knoxville.
2 really solid nights there for the Macho Man. Brady Bacon going to bring it home second on your podium. And yet again on the podium at Circle City Raceway for the Circle City Salute, Dason Pursley. Dason, you've been knocking on the door of these things multiple times this year, and obviously good strides in the right direction. But are you finally getting to that point where you're getting sick of being on the podium?
Yeah, definitely getting sick of being on the podium there. I felt like, of course, we had a second place car. Logan and them were, you know, at the top of the field tonight once again. So I hate it for that I lost second there, but was just trying to lap traffic and got to trying a little too hard, and was just trying to move around, and unfortunately it bit me off there out of 4, and then Brady was able to sneak by. So hats off to Michael, Eric, everyone on this 21AZ, Apache Transportation, Oakcraft, everyone that helps out. It's a big effort here, and like you said, I'm kind of sick of running third and second. I want to get on that top step. So you know, had a really really good week here, and just looking forward to building some momentum here for the rest of the season.
Definitely getting in the right direction for Dason Persley in the 21 AZ. He comes home third on your podium. Brady Bacon second. And Logan Seavey, your winner of the Circle City Salute. Chance Crum, your Baldwin Brothers Racing hard charger tonight, 23rd to 14th. And Chance, things kind of moved around. 3 solid grooves on the racetrack. What was the evolution like for you and your car?
Yeah, you know, the start of the race, starting in the back, I just had to go where they're not, you know what I mean, trying to find space. We moved around a couple of different lines, and then there towards the end, just tried to settle in where we could. I basically used the middle there the second half of the race and tried to grab as much as we could. Towards the end, started using the top of 3 and 4. We were able to get a couple more spots, but just happy to survive. These guys gave me a great car. You know, we're new, we're learning, but we're having lots of fun doing it. And so a big thank you to my dad, brother, and my mom for, you know, working so hard and making this possible for me. A big thank you to Rudine Racing and all those guys for all their support. Elliot's Custom Trailers, CSI Shocks, Triple X Chassis for everything. And yeah, we're having a lot of fun and excited for the next one.
That's good stuff for Chance Crum. Your Baldwin Brothers Racing hard charger tonight, 23rd to 14th. Made some good moves. And Brian, what an incredible 2 nights for the Circle City Salute.
Hats off to the entire crew here at Circle City. They did a fantastic job on this racetrack. Hats off to the drivers on putting on 2 great shows. Run down to your feature event. Logan Seavey again picking up the win. Brady Bacon in second. Dason Persley in third. Ricky Lewis with the 360. Crosses in fourth. Robert Ballou in fifth. Kyle Cummins in sixth. CJ Leary in seventh. Chase Stockton in eighth. Carson Garrett in ninth. And Mitchell Moles, your top 10. Shane Cottle crossing 11th. Kevin Thomas Jr. in 12th. Justin Grant in 13th. 14th was Chance Crum. 15th was Jake Swanson. 16th was Jaden Rogers. Matt Westfall in 17th. Brent Beauchamp in 18th. 19th was Brandon Maddox. And 20th was Joey Amantia. Harley Burns, Anton Hernandez, Charles Davis Jr., and Frankie Guarini unofficially rounding out tonight's field. As there you have it. Tomorrow we head up to Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. The Silver Crown Series on track for the Hoosier 100, all a part of Carb Night Classic up at IRP. And, of course, we are back on track at Knoxville, May 31st and June 1st, the Avanti Windows and Doors Corn Belt Clash. Tickets on sale now at KnoxvilleRaceway.com. For everybody with the United States Auto Club, thank you so much for coming out to enjoy tonight's racing action. The Midgets are up next, but until next time, race fans, my name is Brian Holbert saying good night, good luck, God bless. Christian, it's all you.
All right, as the celebration ends for the USAC National Sprint Car Series, the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets will prepare to push off. Have a competitor up here in the booth with me tonight, a good friend of mine, normally a full-time competitor with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Some mechanical issues kept him out of the car today is Jacob Boxell. Jacob, I think, has done almost everything in this sport but call a race, so we'll see how he does tonight. You got me over there? You good?
Yeah, I got you.
You probably wish you were down there instead of up here with me, don't you?
Yeah, we found a little issue late last night from Eldora that we found out we blew a head gasket, and we just didn't have enough time to fix it for tonight, and still came out and supported our boys.
We'll get back to that in just a second. In the meantime, I will give you the starting lineup for our 25-lap A-main for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, scheduled to start in the 19th position out of Hope, Indiana, in car number 19, it's Zachary Sims. Out of Plainfield, Indiana, on the outside of row number 9, and car number 4, it's Bruce Sims. On the inside of row number 9, out of Troy, Ohio, driving the White Hat Industrial Harlow Builders Primary Eye Care Carbright Certa Pro Painters 55S of Braden Schwartz. Row number 8 on the outside, out of Lexington, Kentucky, driving the Ohio Intra Express Russ King Racing Slick Rick Motorsports. It's the 4T of Cody Dye. Into his inside out of Brookville, Ohio, driving the Advanced Racing Suspension 7M, it's Cole Morgan. Outside of row number 7, out of Jasper, Indiana, driving the Driftaway 2, Heisman Refrigeration, Slaver Sports Bar, Shrell Mechanical, Easttown Bull, Sherman Race Cars, it's 97 of Nolan Kiefer. And to his inside, out of Cedarville, Ohio, driving the Irwin Chrysler Team Taylor Racing, is the 11T of Ryan Fleming. Row number 6 on the outside, out of Delphus, Ohio, driving the Interstate Truck Source Advanced Building Corporation, Ollie's Mobile Repair, Selking International, National Warehouse Logistics, Cisco Realty, Stream Realty, M&M Autos, Blings and Things, American Dream Autosport, it's Paige Perrine. To his inside, out of Ottawa, Ohio, driving the Heitzman, Family Farms, Hancock, Wood Electric, Cooperative, Angola Screen Printing, it's the 01 of Ryan Moran. Top 10 starters on the outside of row number 5, out of Waterford, Michigan, driving the CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, Fedor Check Racing, Terrell Electric, Hostic Trucking, Matrix Designs, Metro Lakes, 17 Fab, Thompson Property Services, it's the 49 of Carl Peterson. And to his inside, out of Winder, Georgia, driving the Fedor Check Racing, Carvings by Joe Whitler, Rubber Band Wallet, CP Mobile Shrink Wrap, it's the 21 of Alex Watson. Starting on the inside, outside of row number 4, in car number 10 out of Indianapolis, Indiana, it's Tyler Nelson. And his inside in the 93C, it's Chad Gerke. Row number 3 on the outside, it's the 36 of Ian Krieger out of Covington, Ohio. And to his inside, out of Troy, Ohio, it's the 35 of Bryce Massengill. Row number 2 on the outside, out of Shelbyville, Indiana, by way of Manila, Indiana, it's the 5 of Matt Lux. And to his inside, out of Rushville, Indiana, and the 34, it's Tate Martz. Row number 1 on the outside, out of Greencastle, Indiana, driving the Curb Records, DJ Forge, FK Rod-Ins, Impact Racing, Competition Suspension Racing, Optics, Neil Tire, it's the 63 of Cale Coons. And on the pole for tonight's 25-lap A-Main out of Columbus, Ohio, driving the Hinchman Uniforms, Locked In Benefits, it's the 3E of Alex Watson. So Jacob, 19 cars, should be 20. I'm sure you want to be out there, but we'll see you back on Saturday, right?
Yeah, we're going to go back Friday and tomorrow and thrash all day and night and finish the maintenance we didn't have to do today because we're not here and get everything ready to go.
That's true. Could be at home working on the car right now, but instead we are here calling some races. So even though you're not racing, I thank you so much for joining us. Thank all of you guys for sticking around after the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Series. We're glad that you guys stuck around for our 25-lap feature as well. You'll be shown the one-to-go signal this time by... Who's your pick, JB?
I think I can't just pick one because they're all my friends, but I think I'm going to go with Matt Lux on this one. Who do you got?
I think it's tough to bet against Bryce Massengill. I just know if he could do it from the inside of row number 3 as the green flag comes out. Alex Watson, for the second time this season, will lead the field into turn number 1. He started on the pole as they're 3 wide behind him. Looks like Alex Watson is going to come off at turn number 4 and lead lap number 1.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Lux and Cale Coons trying something through the middle. They can't seem to get to the bottom. Oh, a little contact made, but looks like we're all going.
Yeah, Matt Lux, your pick to win, losing a couple positions after contact with Cale Coons in turns 1 and 2. We'll see if he can get his foot back on the go-fast pedal and pass a couple race cars here.
Got one around in turn 3.
Looks like that's Carl Peterson around.
Looks like we have another car broke on the front stretch.
Looks like Zachary Sims with some issues. Might have made some contact with the 49 of Carl Peterson. I believe that's Carl Peterson that came around in turns 3 and 4. I believe Carl Peterson was also involved in that big crash at Moeller Raceway Park back in the end of April. Took a pretty heavy hit there, so good to see Carl Peterson back with us. So Matt Lux, he had a tough turns 1 and 2 there, making some contact with Cale Coons, fell back. Looks like he's running about in that 7th position. If anybody could rebound, it's going to be Matt Lux, isn't it?
I totally agree. I still think Matt has a shot here. There's a lot of fast people in front of him and behind him still, so this is still going to be an interesting race.
And remember, Matt Lux was tonight's VMS Quick Time qualifier. So we know he has a fast race car. Getting the cars back in the correct running order before we go back under the green flag. Looks like 2 laps have been scored, so 23 left to go. Alex Watson started on the pole back at Waynesfield Raceway Park a couple weeks ago. I believe he finished around 4th, give or take a position or 2. You had a good run at Waynesfield.
Yeah, we had a pretty decent night. I think we ended up 5th. Last lap pass on one of my buddies, Magic, and yeah, pretty interesting race.
So real quick, while we're getting the cars back in the correct running order, I want to hear you talk about Eldora a little bit. I missed that race. That was your 2nd year running it with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. What was that race like a week ago?
It's definitely a blast. You know, Eldora is a great facility. It's a great place. Everybody knows it holds special memories for everyone. It's just, you know, when you're pacing around there in hot laps and before you go green, all you got to do is look at the stands. Are always packed no matter what race it is. Definitely brings some more nerves in some races.
And that's actually where I met this kid at. Met JB back at Little Eldora at the go-kart track behind turns 3 and 4 back in like 2016, 17, around there. Caught some of your kart races, and now you're here running or attempting to run full-time with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midget. So excited to hopefully see you back behind the wheel of the race car on Thursday. You still, well, you don't run as kart. You used to run karts periodically when your schedule allowed, but you don't do that much anymore, do you?
No, my last kart race was the very last hog barn. It's so hard to do them all. Go-kart racing's got very competitive, and I got to focus on one thing more than the other.
Looks like the cars are back in the correct running order. The green flag's set to come back out this time. Alex Watson is going to try to hold off Tate Marks and Cale Coons. Bryce Massengill up to 4th as the green flag is back out. Alex Watson leads the field back into turn number 1. Tate Martz looks to the inside. Now here comes Cale Coons to the inside of Tate Martz. Side by side, Martz has the momentum. He'll pull away. Now Cale Coons back to the inside.
Yeah, Cale's got to run. It looks like BMAS may be able to get under Tate Martz here too. Going in at 1. Let's see. Late to take.
Bryce Massengill to the inside of Tate Martz as Cale Coons will try to set his sights on the 3E of Alex Watson. This is Alex Watson, second start of the season with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, running the family-owned 3E. Looks like Bryce Massengill closing in on Cale Coons.
Yeah, I've seen Tate Martz trying to top over here in 3 and 4. Maybe he found something, maybe he didn't like it. Back to the bottom.
Have to go pretty far back before you see a car step out of line. Looks like that's Cody Pye in the 4T. He's running the highest around the racetrack. It didn't work out for him. He merely made contact with the wall in 3 of 4. But going back up to the front, top 3, nose to tail, Alex Watson continues to lead.
Yeah, it looks like Cale, Alex, and Bryce are all pretty even. It looks like Bryce just got a little bit there to Cale and broke back away.
Bryce Massengill, a winner at Moeller Raceway Park back on April 19th, trying to close in on Cale Coons. Cale Coons, the youngest winner in Badger midget history.
Looks like Tyler Nelson slow on the front stretch.
Yeah, I did not see what happened. Did he make contact with anything, or is he just slow?
I'm not sure either. I just seen him off the pace. I'm not sure if any contact was made.
So tough break there for Tyler Nelson. Started in the 9th position for this feature race. So 7-lap score now in this 25-lap feature. And again, want to thank everyone for sticking around for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midget feature race. A lot of people like to pack up and leave after the big boys and girls are done racing, so I greatly appreciate you guys sticking around.
How about Alex Watson's first race on that car, first race on a brand new XXX chassis? You think he's enjoying it right now?
I think he's having a good time. I talked to him before this race, asked him how he felt, told me he never felt better. So it'd be pretty cool to see if he can hold on and pick up this win.
Yeah, we got a replay here of Tyler Nelson. It looks like something may have just shut off there. Just kicked straight and lost power.
Yeah, tough break there. I wasn't able. Looks like they're pushing him back pit side. So Tyler Nelson going to be unable to continue. Good battle though, heating up for that race lead. We were just talking about Alex Watson, but Cale Coons and Bryce Massengill are right there as well, and those are probably 2 drivers that I don't want to see behind me if I'm leading the race.
I totally agree with you, and we're going back green, and we're off.
Alex Watson will lead the field back into turn number 1, runs a little bit higher as Cale Coons looks to the inside, can't make the pass. Now here comes Massengill. He also can't get around Cale Coons. Cale Coons trying everything he can to find some grip to get around Alex Watson, who's running a pretty clean race so far.
I totally agree. It looks like Tate Martz tried something on that first lap there on diamond move to keep the momentum going. It looks like a little bobble from Cale Coons. Hopefully get it straight going.
Good opportunity there for Bryce Massengill to attempt to get around. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to this time. See if Tate Martz, every time he tries to go a little bit higher around the racetrack, it doesn't really work out for him. So we'll see what he decides to do here.
Yeah, it looks like he has a really competitive car, so when he runs to the bottom, I think he's just searching there to try and see if he can pick off some more running in that 4th position.
And of course, Tate Martz, a former winner at Gas City I-69 Speedway, picking up a win a year ago. Looking to pick up another win, might be losing a little bit of ground. Some more issues for Cale Coons off of turn number 2.
It seems to me that he may have a front end problem there, may hit a tire or something. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen that.
You can really see his hand sawing that wheel. Yeah, he definitely has some sort of issue with that car. Really fighting to maintain control.
Yeah, he's gonna take it out of gear and save a race car here.
So I would imagine the caution flag will fly, and it does. Tough break there for second place running Cale Coons. So bad news for the 63 of Cale Coons. Good news for the 3E of Alex Watson.
I totally agree with you, but I think Cale made a smart choice there. He noticed something was wrong and played it safe. That's smart.
Save the car, or at least as much of it as you can, and it appears that's what Cale Coons did. Looked like that started a couple laps ago, just really fighting that wheel, possibly something in the front end. Obviously, probably something in the front end or a steering issue.
Yeah, not totally sure. We're looking on the screen here. It may look like the left front's a little farther back than the right front, so he may have clipped a tire.
Looks to be getting out of the car as well. Here's the replay.
Yep, hit that last tire, or second to last tire there out of two, and probably broke a radius rod or moved that front axle back quite a bit.
Well, thank goodness for replay, because I did not see that when that originally happened, and I don't think you did either. So
I did not.
Thank you to those with FloRacing for getting that shot for us and showing the replay so we can all see what happened there, and unfortunate circumstances for the 63 of Cale Coons. So Alex Watson now has to try to hold off the 35 of Bryce Massengill. Bryce Massengill, a two-time runner-up in series championship points, finishing, I believe, 3 points shy of the championship a year ago to Zach Weigel, who's not here tonight. It looks like the green flag is coming back out. Alex Watson will lead the field back into turn number 1.
Looks like Tate Marks did want to try that momentum line there. He's going to play it safe on the bottom. He thinks he has a good race car and going to pick off some.
Michael Magic to the outside. He runs a little bit higher in turns 1 and 2 and also in 3 and 4, trying to close in. He won his heat race earlier tonight. This is his first time behind the wheel of that 21, the Fedora Czech Racing 21, as he still works at the high side of Tate Marks.
Yeah, he's making that middle, bottom to middle look really good right now. He's keeping out a little bit more momentum than them guys on the bottom, and clean air, he looks pretty good. Halfway to go.
He redrew a 9, too, to start this feature. So I know he was pretty disappointed in drawing that 9, running in the 3rd position now. So far, not a bad feature race. And we still have a lot of laps to go, about 12 laps to go in this USAC Midwest Thunder Midget 25-lap feature, as Bryce Massengill is trying to go to the inside of Alex Watson.
Yeah, looks like Ryan Moran pulled off an issue there. But, yeah, definitely Magic seems to be closing in on Massengill and Watson here. Let's see if he has anything for him.
Yeah, at this point, I think you could say either one of those 3 drivers, Alex Watson, Bryce Massengill, or Michael Magic, has a good chance of winning this race as long as they can keep it clean and green for about the next 10 laps. Alex Watson so far running a very clean race.
I definitely think Magic finding something in this rubber, maybe keeping it a little straighter than all them guys on the bottom and keeping the momentum rolling. He looks really good. He's almost to the outside of BMAX.
And I'm not a racer. I'm not used to jumping into different cars. How difficult is it for him to jump out of his car and get into a new car like this for the first time and be this competitive?
Well, especially one of the big reasons is that he runs a Honda, and this is an Ecotech, so he's doing really good for hopping in this thing for the first time.
Yeah, picked up a heat race win earlier tonight. He's right there paddling hard for this feature win. Bryce Massengill to the inside off of turn number 4, one around in turn 3.
I think that's what Magic wanted to see.
See that caution come out. I believe that's not a midget, I don't believe.
That is a lightning sprint.
Lightning sprint, okay. Lightning sprint. Nolan Kiefer in the 97 bringing out the caution going around in turns 3 and 4. So Alex Watson has about 8 laps. Looks like he just lost it. 3 and 4, I looked out at the last second, didn't see the full replay. They're going to show it again.
Yeah, a little contact was made, but...
So another caution.
How about Matt Lux? He's back in 5th from falling back on that.
Yeah, Matt Lux has a fast race car. We'll see if he can capitalize on this late restart. 7 laps to go. Timing and scoring still working on getting the drivers in the correct running order. Is that Chet Gerke being pushed across the start-finish line?
I'm not sure. I don't think he stalled when they had contact there. Maybe something after we didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't see either. Cars dropping off in a hurry here in this feature race. So hate to see that. Looks like they are in the correct running order. We'll see what happens here with Chet Gerke. Again, I didn't see if he made contact or if he just came to a stop. But regardless, looks like they're having issues getting that car restarted.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that could be. Maybe out of fuel or something, but I don't see that being realistic.
Now, I should know this, but I don't, so I'm going to use you as my statistician, put you on the spot. Does Alex have a win with the series? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I know he's a veteran here, but I'm not sure if he has one or not.
Yeah, well, someone, really special to him signs my paycheck, so that's probably something that I should figure out. If he doesn't have a win, I know he doesn't have more than one, so this would be a big win if he's able to hold on here. But again, he has to hold off Bryce Massengill, Michael Magic, and Matt Lux. Looks like Tate Martz is up there in fourth as well, so we'll see what happens here in the closing laps.
Yep, come back to green. We see Alex Watson had a pretty good start right there. Let's see if Magic goes straight back to the middle. Looks like Tate Martz went under him right there. Getting that middle line. Magic had the drive. B-Mass, though, he's trying Magic's line.
Yeah, B-Mass trying to do something a little bit different than what he's done all race. He's going around the high side of Alex Watson. Wonder if that's all patience, if that's how he had that drawn out all race long as Bryce Massengill takes the race lead off of turn number 2.
Yeah, I wonder if he heard Magic up there before that yellow flag, or maybe seen him after that yellow flag there on the screen, and he looks to be pulling away from Alex Watson here.
So good run for Bryce Massengill. He's now your race leader. Alex Watson back to second after leading every lap until, well, about a lap ago. Michael Magic still running third. He's trying to hold off Tate Martz. Looks like some more issues for Matt Lux as he loses another position.
Yeah, B-Mass looks to have this middle line dialed in here. Still pretty good race in mid-pack. Looks like Matt Lux is trying to get his spot back. He's under Tate Martz down the backstretch.
Side by side on the backstretch, Matt Lux getting around Tate Martz. He'll set his sights on Michael Magic, see if he can pick up one more spot with just, looks like 3 laps to go this time by.
Looks like Tate Martz is trying to get around the 11T, I believe that is. Oh, hits a tire. Tate hits a tire.
Tough break for Tate Martz, hitting a tire. Able to keep the car pointing in the right direction. We'll see if he has any damage to that left front suspension.
Yeah.
Bryce Massengill, though, continuing to lead the way and pulling away as he'll see the white flag this time by.
Yeah, pretty good gap from B-Mass there. He definitely found something, maybe turned some knobs in that race car. He's setting sail and going.
Bryce Massengill into turn number 2. Has a half a lap to go to pick up his second win of the season. Bryce Massengill coming off at turn number 4. B-Mass, Bryce Massengill is going to pick up the feature win.
Alex Watson second, Michael Magic third. Matt Lux.
Well, I'm going to hurry up and run down there. I got a long way to go to get an interview with Bryce Massengill, but in the meantime, thank you so much for coming up to the booth, JB. I really appreciate it. Next time you don't race, feel free to come up here anytime, okay?
All right, thank you. This was awesome.
Good. Thanks for joining us, and thank you again, guys.
Thank
I'll
you.
go down there. We'll get a word with Bryce Massengill.
Christian Dunn's going to head down trackside. There's one of the few people able to sprint these days, and he's going to head on down there for the winner's interview. So get that taken care of here in just a moment. And down there trackside with Christian Dunn, Bryce Massengill, congratulations. Thought we were looking at Matt Lux sweep there, not going to happen. Folks got a couple of items left over there. Probably putting a sale out on some of the food over there at the concession. Want to grab that. Unfortunately, lost out on all my shirts and hats and caps and other goodies. They'll be back here next time we roll out the races. In fact, for us here, it's going to be the 31st, Friday, May 31st. We're back out here with some races, a little fun house run, all sorts of goodies. We're going to have 410 sprints on board here at Circle City Raceway. The MMSA mini sprints, 600cc non-wing outlaws. And then for those stock car fans, the pure stockers on board, along with the Crown Vics coming in from Scotty Keen's Victory Lane trucks and cars and trucks. And the Grub Getter, round number 2 of 6, which is a fun little run here. Basically, it's think of the old days back when Pop would just strip out the car and go racing. We do so, but with the 4-cylinder front-wheel drives cars out here. That is next Friday night. A couple nights off here for you folks here at Circuit City Raceway, but glad to have you come back out and check us out. Best of luck to one and all on your travels, and I'm getting ready to take it on down trackside. Looks like my poor man there trying to get down there as quick as he can. Bit of a long walk there. Waiting for Christian Dunn and company to be trackside there with a microphone. Down there somewhere, I promise. Here he comes, making the run for it. Little legs, just a pumping away. Hasn't dropped the microphone yet. Found somebody with a trophy. 'Cause 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 'c Bad day to carry extra keys. Okay, catch your breath there, Christian Dunn. It's your time to shine. Christian Dunn, and your winner, Bryce Massengill.
Bryce Massengill getting out of the car, second feature win of the year. I'm out of breath too, man. I'm out of breath too. Let's come up here. B-Mass picking up his 14th career win. I believe that's going to move you up another position on the all-time win list with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Talk about that pass that you made on the outside in 3 and 4 of Alex Watson to pick up the win. And was that patience? Was that your plan the whole time?
Well, not really. I got to thank Shane Cotto. He told me he was starting to rev up a little bit, middle bottom. Before the race, I wanted to know, and I didn't get to watch the last couple laps of the sprint car race. So got to thank him. And then, just the first half was just being patient. Kale hit the tire. I was just doing my best to stay as low as I could without getting in the tires. And I just kept picking off spots. And right there at the end, before that caution came out, I actually heard someone just outside. And my dad told me to go up a half car length, so got to thank him. That was all him on that one.
JB was up in the booth with me. He helped call that race, and he was really excited to call it. But he said that, too. He goes, I wonder if he heard the 34 of Tate Martz to his outside, and he decided that's why he was going to go around Alex Watson the way that you did. So you said that did contribute to it.
Yeah, absolutely. If we didn't get that caution, I probably wouldn't have went up there unless I saw him pointing up. But, I believe it was magic that was there at the caution. I saw that, and I started looking, saw the shiny stuff up top, and I had to trust it, and it ended up working out. Drove it around.
Well, congratulations again on the win. Thank all of your partners.
Yeah, I got to thank Carbright, Double Jet Construction, 2J Service, Creative Labels. I got to thank State Farm, American Advanced Assembly, Some Industrial Flooring. I thank my dad, Bailey, JB for the help today, too. Yeah, it was a good one.
Well, congratulations again on the win. For those of you that stuck around, feel free to give one more round of applause to B-Mass Bryce Massengill, picking up his 14th career win with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, second of the season. And again, thank you guys for sticking around and watching our feature race. And on behalf of Jacob Boxell and myself, we thank you so much for joining us. My name is Christian Dunn, representing the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets.
Thank you much, Christian. Thank you, Brian Holbert. Thank you, race fans. Man, got through 2 big nights. Circle City salute. Tossed around some big money. Got some good folks come out and watch some races. It's been an honor, pleasure to have you folks out here at Circle City Raceway tonight. Get the pits open up. You want to go down and visit your faves, head on down there. Keep in mind there's going to be a lot of trucks and rigs trying to move around, so keep an eye out, be alert, because this world needs more alerts. If you've got folks with limited mobility, some youngsters, that sort of thing, please keep them close at hand if you're going to walk around the pits. But welcome to come on back and join us. Either maybe next Friday night here as we get ready to have some more fun. Maybe on the 4th, June 4th there, Tuesday, June 4th, for Midget Week here at Circle City Raceway, or an event throughout the rest of the summer. And you can check out the schedule at circlecityraceway.com. Again, on behalf of the Van Meter family, Eddie and Donna and their whole crew that have worked so hard this past couple weeks, putting this one together, getting the grounds prepped up, setting things up. I'm Tori Stiles. It's been my pleasure to be with you tonight, and we'll see you next time at the races. Good night, folks.